That's what a squirrel does, right? It slows its
Because
velocity
like
while it's
something
falling.
that's stationary, it has like an acceleration and a velocity of 0. So you're not landing at that point. You're not moving. So yeah, landing could be like a reduction of velocity, I guess. Okay. Everybody's here, right? You're all awake, alert.
No, I'm not here.
I'm half here, but I'm here.
No, Spen does not exist. He is not here.
Oliver who?
Like you're physically here, but like mentally you're just kind of checked out. Okay, that's fair.
No, I am here. I am here. In both
That's
senses.
fine.
I just finished eating. So.
Because I am here. Yes.
I'm not.
Nice.
Give me a second. I'm just checking my audio because I adjusted my OBS settings because I am an idiot. And I had my OBS settings set to like half for desktop audio.
Is that a squeaky toy?
Am I the only one that hears the squeaking toy?
No.
No, we all hear it.
No, I heard the squeaking. Who was that?
What are you talking about?
It was Cole.
What are you talking about?
It's Cole or Nate.
I don't have any squeaky things near me. I have
All right. That's what you think.
I have some anime figures. That's about it.
I mean, depending on
Yeah,
what kind of
Cole.
figures, they could be
Cole has a
squeaky.
soundboard. Cool.
What are you talking about? I don't have a soundboard.
Oh god, like if that keeps happening and I have no idea where it's coming from, I'm gonna go crazy. I swear.
Bro, me when I fall on the ground, play the board, play the sound.
That's cool.
That sounds like a
Me.
dodgeball.
It was a
Yeah,
dodge.
that's what it was. That's what it was.
Me when I am rapidly falling towards the ground and scream. My screams have been censored.
I get demonetized.
Alright, so audio looks good. So like all my audio problems seem to be fixed for stream, so we are good.
Wow.
That's what
Nice.
you think, but the second you start, it's gonna be terrible again.
I'm already streaming.
Yeah.
Oh shit, now I remember what I forgot to. I forgot to like hang on one second. Before we start, I'm gonna just fiddle around with some things. One moment.
No.
One.
2.
No, that's screw you.
It's already been like 5 moments.
Actually, isn't it
I
like a
hate it
moment
here.
like about 30 seconds?
I heard that a moment was like 0.001 seconds.
No.
How is that a moment? It's not even barely a second.
Exactly. It's an instant.
But it's not
A
a
It's
moment.
moment.
fast.
Why are you asking us?
In a singular
Yeah.
frame.
Oh my goodness.
I apologize. I thought I had all my stuff set up, but I forgot. So I'm just grabbing one more
No.
thing.
It's advertising time.
Yeah. DG knows.
Yes, good. Very good.
Have you heard about something called
What?
The what?
something called Twitch?
Twitch.
Oh yeah, Twitch Prime. I get it. It's like the funny streamer meme where people tell you to subscribe. I get it.
Give me your prime.
Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good.
In 3 more days, you can have my Prime.
I've always taken $5 from me every month, forcefully, for like a while now.
Yeah, I've been
Understandable.
like I've been
You're
threatening
stealing his
him.
lunch money?
Yeah, exactly.
You're stealing my lunch money, man. How the hell am I supposed to learn to cook when you keep stealing the money? I need to go buy food.
I've been running a small racket for the past couple of months.
Ow.
Can you even
I've been,
buy lunch with
I've
$5
been-
anymore?
I've been burning spend for
Urban.
money.
Like
I'm sure you
$5.15
can- I
probably if you go to Wendy's.
I like a cheese stick.
Ah, a singular stick of cheese, my favorite.
I constantly make fun of Spen for not knowing. how
Shut.
to cook.
Okay, I made food last night.
Okay, what did
What
you
kind?
make?
I made
Is it
fried
ravioli?
chicken.
Oh.
Okay,
Nice.
that's like basic, but okay, I'll give you a pass.
Okay, you know what? Fuck you. I
kind of
don't
chicken?
need you to judge my ability.
What kind of chicken did you fry?
A chicken?
Breast.
I said
Breast.
kind, not part.
A chicken? What do you mean? What kind of chicken?
All right.
I mean, what kind of chicken? It's a simple question. I'm not sure. What's so confusing about it? What kind of
One
chicken?
second.
I don't know all the chickens. I'm sorry.
Stop asking me questions before I punch you.
I'm
in the
not-
mouth.
I
I'm not
dare
asking
I
the-
fucking dare you.
You're both under the rocks. How are you gonna punch him?
I'm not asking
Sure.
the supermarket
You're
what
dead as
kind of
fuck.
chicken it is. I just buy the chicken.
Is it
How do
torture
you know
free?
you're buying good or bad chicken then? Maybe you're getting the dollar store chicken, since you're not asking what kind of chicken you're getting.
Do
I'll
you
find
buy,
out when I eat it.
You buy chicken from Walmart?
One of you is missing from the ready check. AJ, or are
What?
you?
Oh yeah.
Clicky clicky. Okay. You. All right. So we're all here. We are all good to go. And
Ow.
let me bring us over to our new streaming setup. Boop.
We're all here with our Dollar Tree chickens.
The new overlay.
Yeah, check
You
out the
buy
new over. Check
chicken
out the
from
new
Dollar
overlay.
Tree?
Yeah, look at this new overlay. It's so pretty.
I don't think you can buy a Dollar Tree. Oh.
Dollar Chicken?
Shut the fuck up.
Dollar Tree.
Son of a bitch. I literally was about to say you can't buy a Dollar Tree at Chick-fil-A or some shit. Give me a break. Give me a break.
I mean, that's correct.
Don't you sit there and lecture me with your dollar store chicken.
All right.
Don't
Anyway.
make your $30 haircut.
All right. So I'm
What's
gonna
up,
try.
Lecture me with your $30 haircut.
I'm gonna try the dual window streaming setup this time. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. We have 1,000 ping.
Yeah. All right.
12
so,
billion ping.
Where did we leave off last time? Oh yeah, some bookkeeping. So everybody should have like their level 2 sheets updated and have all of their stuff. Let's see here. Oh yeah. You guys should also have art for your trinkets in your inventory now. So like if you click on your character sheet and go to your inventory. Son of a bitch. Okay, no, I have to.
Yeah, it's not there.
1 second. I will fix that.
It's fine. We don't need
lied
to
to
put.
Actually, you know what?
It's
I'll fix that. I'll
images.
fix that during session while you guys are like
Yeah.
RPing or whatever. I will fix that. But yeah, I did the art for your trinkets. I should have added them. I think in my boundary. So I'll just replace those in a minute. Let's see here. The only thing that hasn't been done yet is Cole picked his dedication for Humanos. But we're gonna hold off on picking his new cantrip because stuff's gonna happen in regards to that. That might affect his choice. So holding off on that. Let's see here. Ash and Cuminos in particular, I added a new lore skill for both of you. Yeah, so if you'll check your proficiencies, it'll be there.
Even more
Ah.
skills.
Yeah. So that's
That'll
gonna
work.
start coming into play now. So you can make use of that as you see fit. Let's see here. Oh yes. I have also statted out all of your wisps. So, whenever crew manages to finish repairing the summoning array, your wisps will be available for summoning and immediate use. So they all have like their abilities and stuff statted out, and you can kind of check out everything that they do when you summon them. But each of them has a different type of use or duty kind of they're geared towards, and you can change that. You can change their abilities out, but that would require it's essentially like Pokemon. You have to kind of train them a little bit. And
Gotta
spend-
catch them all.
and spend some time teaching them different abilities that you want them to pick up. So like if you
Any of you got bottle caps? I just want to hyper train this dude.
but yeah, the wisps will level along with you, so they are level 2 as opposed to level 0, which is what their normal level is. So I believe all of them have one first level spell and a cantrip. But yeah, you'll see that when you actually summon one. So let's see here. What else do I have? Oh yes. So starting from this session onward, and this will probably last however long it takes for you guys to get out of wherever you're currently at. There is going to be a trigger slash content warning. Because stuff is going to start getting very, very dark. And
Look at the man.
I had been debating how dark I wanted to get because as a writer I can go to some very, very dark places. And I was kind of considering how much to hold back. So this is just going to be kind of like me starting to feel out how much I can throw at you guys comfortably. If at any point you start feeling a little distressed or uncomfortable, like personally, like this is completely separate from your characters. If there's anything that kind of bothers you in any way, please let me know, and I will dial it back. Because while I am out to create an uncomfortable atmosphere narratively, I don't want to psychologically or mentally damage you as players. So, yeah, please let me know. I am not going to be offended or hurt. If what I do is a little too much, I will dial it back.
Got it.
Yeah. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. The next little stretch is going to be, not going to be fun times. So yeah, this is a content warning for all of you guys, and also for any viewers. If you know,
the next little stretch you say is this is the main
It's
campaign
gonna be a
setting.
lot of death, gore, body horror, a lot of psychological shit.
All my favorites.
If that's the case, you should probably put in the stream title.
I actually probably should. Yeah, 1 second.
If we ever leave this room.
I'm gonna edit that for a second. There's gonna be some...
And then we upload to YouTube, you should probably put a little warning there too.
Yeah, this is just kind of like fair warning for anybody, you know, players and viewers alike. This is gonna be yeah, this is gonna be going some places. Let's see
here.
Holy fuck, that just blew my eardrums out.
My bad.
The Nick
You're welcome.
It was loud.
Oh my god. I'm bleeding.
Stop
Ben's already on
bleeding.
the floor bleeding.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
we all are. We just fell like 300 feet.
That's... Sure.
Alright, yeah, there we go.
Speak for yourself.
Content warning updated.
What do you mean speak for yourself?
I'm
We
a
all
god
fell.
gamer.
Yeah, so yeah, this is just a heads up in case, like, you know, psychological horror or like, you know, body horror is not your thing. I'm trying to keep it relatively tame because I can write some really messed up stuff. But yeah, so I'll try to rein it in as much as I can. But yeah, you have been warned. All right. So I think that's all of the bookkeeping out of the way. And I guess we can actually start in earnest.
Just really quick before we do, Nate, is your PC up and running again?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're back?
Alright.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure. Alright. So let us get started. Alright. Last time on ReGenesis, the Lost Boys entered the Smuggler's Ridge mine to investigate and eliminate the monsters that infested it, as per their contract. As they delved into the depths, they bumped into a cadre of friendly, if excitable, elemental wisps, but soon uncovered evidence of the creatures that had been causing many of the mine's troubles. Upon reaching one section of the caverns, they engaged in combat with a group of cave fishers, which were handily defeated, but not without sustaining a few injuries. Immediately after the scuffle, they also discovered that their task was not yet done. Something much larger was also roaming the mine. While tending to Oliver's wounds, Dr. Aberrant took a small sample from him and assimilated it with his gift. Upon doing so, the good doctor obtained some of Oliver's abilities, but also a glimpse into a memory from Oliver's past, which drastically altered Dr. Aberrant's mood, a change that didn't go unnoticed by the rest of the party, and drew no small amount of concern from Oliver, Euminos, and especially Crew. After discussing the matter briefly and dismissing it for the time being, the group pressed onward, heading deeper into the mine. Within the deepest depths of the tunnels, they found their quarry, a cave fissure that had grown to a massive size and developed crystal formations on its shell, a crystal fissure. After a harrowing battle, the party managed to defeat it, but in its death throes, it made a final assault that triggered a devastating explosion that brought down the entire cavern around them and sent them tumbling into the darkness below. And that is where we pick up our story today. So go ahead and give yourselves all a hero point, and we will continue.
Wow.
The world roars and rumbles around you as tons of dirt and stone crumble into the darkness below. Air whips past your face, and little pieces of rock slice across every inch of exposed flesh as if they were pieces of glass. For the first few seconds of the fall, you see what seems like millions of glowing shards of prismatic crystal descending into the gloom alongside you, glittering brightly like shooting stars before they blink out of existence. Ash and Dr. Aberrant, you two, along with Mate, are the only ones nimble enough to keep your feet as the world virtually collapses all around you. Since you both rolled high on your reflex saves, I am going to give you the opportunity to try and save your comrades as you're falling, to try and reduce the amount
Okay,
of
so
fall
we're not
damage they
dead.
take. So, Ash and Dr. Aberrant, I'm gonna need you to describe to me what you do to try and save the others and who you're trying to save. You can only save one person each.
Oh shit.
And
So, I was gonna
Damn.
and Crew, I am going to have Mate attempt the same. Okay? So
Alright.
pick a target and describe to me what you do, and I will determine whether or not you're successful.
Okay.
So who wants to go first?
I need to think of something.
Yeah, I gotta think of how I would save somebody. Which is
Because,
fairly easy.
Trying to fall. I haven't watched many action movies recently, so I don't know how you save someone while falling.
I think I have an idea for how a mate would try, so I'll go first.
All right, go for it.
So, I don't think this is gonna be a surprise for anyone. Mate is going to try to save Crew.
All right.
Shocking.
Well, the way we're falling, is it like through a tunnel or is it just like a hole in a ceiling?
It's
Like no walls around.
It'd be kind of like a landslide.
Okay,
Alright,
that
so
makes sense.
there is like
It's
some.
not. Yeah, so like there's some ground that you can kind of like find footing on. It's like an avalanche or a landslide. You're not like ground falls out from under you, immediate like vertical drop. It's more like a landslide.
Alright. If that's the case, then Maid is going to attempt to first sort of, for lack of a better word, skewer an article of Crew's clothing, likely his coat, and once that's like, and once one of his legs go through, try to skewer onto some of the ground so as to at least, create friction, slowing down.
This little prick can do everything.
All right. Okay. Do you want me to roll the damage now, or wait until the other two have done their thing?
I'll wait for the other two.
All right. So Ash and Doc, who do you try to save, and how do you do it?
And just for posterity's sake, let's say I try to save Oliver.
Okay.
And
Yeah. How do you do it? Describe to me what the doc is doing.
okay, while he's falling, he sees Oliver flailing about while falling. This is in no way good because if you lay on your head, that's kind of near-death experience there.
True.
So
True.
he grabs onto him and stabs the poly tool, which turns into like a hook. Just stabs it into like far into his clothing, kind of ripping it. Oh no, he's not to pay for that. And
It's the last thing we care about right now.
and then
That is,
while
that is
holding on
Gucci
to him,
shoes.
and while holding on to him side by side, hooks it onto like the landslide as they're falling to try and slow the fall. Of course, it's kind of like like imagine that spy movie where like you're coming down a hole with a grappling hook and holding someone. Kind of like that
One
on a
doesn't look
landslide.
good.
Like,
Does not bode well.
Oh,
kind of like that on a landslide. Like,
ignore the dice roll. That was an accident. I was just checking to see if it was working.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no. Anyway, that's what you do, Doc.
yeah, that's
Alright.
That's the best description I can give.
All right, Ash. How about you?
Assuming he's quite some distance away, Ash would probably try to blink towards Kaminos and try to grab his clothing and try to hold on to the sliding rocks, trying to slow their fall.
All right, I am satisfied. All right, so I will not roll for this. I will have the fall damage reduced by half. For all of you. So let's see here.
Only 50 damage, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
So, this damage will be for Ash. Oh no! Did my mouse stop working? Oh crap!
Your ping's a little high too.
Oh no! Hang on. I think
It's just tad.
I think my mouse just died. 1 second.
We're
You okay?
going sicko mode.
Go get some batteries.
Let me try plugging it in. 1 second.
Make it alive again.
This is what happens when I use a wireless mouse.
Do you have spare batteries?
I don't know if it's the battery. Let me try plugging.
You think a rabbit would work?
I don't think my rabbits would like that. They like being petted, not forcibly moved.
I don't know. I hear they have a lot of energy.
Just a tinge.
Yes, rabbit wheel powered mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh jeez. Okay, is this deciding to not work for me now? Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, no, okay, that works. That's fine.
No damage. I am a god.
Oh my god.
I'm
Okay.
going to take
One second. I
billion
need to
damage.
figure out what's going on here.
Ash flash steps right before hitting the ground, resetting his momentum and landing perfectly on the ground.
If only that worked. I actually
Where the hell
retained
did
my
I keyboard?
momentum.
Yes, you actually do keep your momentum. So
I'm
just like
screwed.
Portal, like you will indeed crash.
I would indeed eat shit if I tried to teleport before hitting the ground.
See, that's something that's always bothered me about long-range teleportation and like fantasy games and all that. Because like, if you teleport to something that's a significantly like higher or lower elevation and the pressure is just different enough, do you just fucking?
Probably.
You probably could.
Likely, yeah. Depending on the method of teleportation, if it's through some kind of mechanical thing, then I think it could be explained as like
We're
they
trying to
built it
analyze
in
the
such a way.
metaphysics of a teleport when it's really not that deep. It just you move.
Want it to be.
I
I
mean, it's
want it
nothing
to be
real
deep.
talk.
Okay, so this
Or
works
the
on
science.
that.
You say it's not that deep, my guy. I have a shovel.
Oh, okay.
But you doing it.
I think it depends
Makes
on how
sense.
I'm doing it. You know, if I'm moving and then I teleport, I'd still retain it. But if I just like walk and teleport. I'm pretty sure I have the same momentum as walking.
Oh, are you guys discussing like the teleportation physics and stuff?
Yes, we're talking about the science of teleportation.
I'm thinking about how we can weaponize Ash's momentum, the teleportation.
I'm not a railgun, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing. Yeah, the also kind of I thought about too, like in regards to teleportation and stuff. If you're teleporting while moving, like some works will have it that you don't carry over your momentum or whatever. Okay, mouse does not want to work. Yeah, you don't carry over your momentum. Okay, now that works. Or you can like teleport anywhere without penalty. That's kind of not how it works. At least like I'm no physics expert or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
I mean, how do we know that that's not how that works? Teleportation isn't a thing.
Well, you don't know. It's like it's one of like those funny little details that you don't really think about a lot of the time. Okay, I literally had the wireless keyboard in my lap. I put it down, and I have no idea where it is now.
Oh no.
1 second.
Nice.
I'll be right
Have you
back.
tried looking under your seat?
It's not on the seat. I put it down. Oh, there it is.
I was about to say, it seems like it's hard to lose a keyboard. I can understand like a mouse maybe, but it's a whole keyboard.
Was it under your seat?
No, it was on the couch. Because the couch is like right next to me. Okay, so I don't need the wireless keyboard. I found a different mouse and it works.
Nice.
So we are good.
This is why mine lights up, so I can't lose it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I just switched to a different mouse. We are fine. Everything's good.
No longer panicking.
Yeah,
So you want me to peace back?
I am no longer panicking. But
But we are.
my mouse feels very different now, and it feels weird.
Like,
It feels so much smaller. I was using a gaming mouse. Now I'm switched over to like a normal one.
Office mouse.
Yeah, just a normal office mouse. Anyway, moving on. So this fall damage will be for Ash. I believe this should be correct. Boop.
get wrecked, kid.
Hang on. Also, I have to reload the streamer view. 1 second.
1 sec.
Because it didn't. I accidentally escaped out of the chat tab.
Oh no.
Minus 19.
Yeah. So I'll apply that damage to you, or if you haven't applied it to yourself already.
I'm doing it.
Oh,
Is
you
that full
got it?
damage or is that gonna be halved?
No, that's already halved.
Okay. But is that accounting for catfall?
That's accounting for catfall, yes.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Oh
Get wrecked,
god.
everybody else.
Oh,
Uh,
it's not gonna be good.
It's fine.
Sorry, I'm just reloading the stream view.
Okay, you're being saved. It's only half damage.
Hello.
Five
All right.
5d500. Take half.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Let's see. So Ash, I'll apply that damage to you now. Let's see. Who's next? So this will be for both Mate and Doc. You will be taking 25 damage.
Mate is still up.
Oh, yay. 25.
that's not for you. That's not
Oh, god damn it! So close,
Murder.
so close to death.
I'm dead.
Almost
good.
dead.
Crew is barely up.
Me and
Everybody's
Mate
barely
are-
up.
Me and Mate are literally at 1 HP.
Let's go.
No, we're actually gonna get down. It's over. It's been an
Actually,
honor.
Crew, you're actually
Manos.
supposed to take. You're actually supposed to take more. You take 45.
Ooh.
Oh,
I-
The 25 was actually for mate, not for crew. I forgot.
I am that. Yeah,
I
no.
don't know. No, wait. Did I have? No, yeah, I have this already for you. No, wait, hang on. No, so it's 25. Yeah, I forgot to have it for Joanna's and Oliver. Okay. Hang on. No, probably not half. I'll reduce it a little bit.
Thank you forever. I am Die.
Oh,
No.
die. Thank you forever.
Actually, yeah.
We are tied.
I'll have it be like an extra like 10 damage. So yeah. Okay.
I'm still
You're
I'm still
unconscious.
down.
Oopsie, my bad.
Get Yamcha, kid.
It's fine.
You're
You
just
got a medic.
you're just dying. You're okay, kinda.
Just
Got a medic.
fucking concussed.
Yeah, you're just concussed. It's fine. Where's the dying condition? That's dead.
Crew falls and just like the fucking Family
Me
Guy
one
style,
concussion.
one hand on back, one hand on head.
All right, come on, just tell me, Doc. Is it looking good?
Looking pretty fucked up
Unfortunately,
to
you
me.
are down with the case of death.
Let's see. And then Q minus and Oliver was taking what? You guys are taking 40.
Let's
40? Okay.
go.
That's
And I
fine.
go like, okay,
But you're not gonna instantly die. You're like.
okay. I'm just gonna,
Just gonna kill yourselves.
Okay.
Guess
Gauntlet
I was holding
pose.
you right enough.
All right, and then we wait for descriptions, and then we do stuff.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. Let me add these.
I am so glad I have tea next to me. I am actually going to fuck up my lungs.
Okay.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Where are we? All right. So damage is taken.
I bet this place is full of asbestos.
All
Just
right.
covered in them.
There's definitely a lot of fucking elemental cocaine around here.
All right. So.
They're easy.
Yeah, so Ash, Dr. Aberrant, and Mate, they all try to valiantly. They all manage to grab onto each of the party members that are still stuck in the landslide, and although their efforts are valiant, doesn't completely negate the amount of damage you guys take from the fall. It's fairly large landslide. There are still rocks and large boulders tumbling and smashing into you, and it helps somewhat. You're not instantly crushed by anything, but who's down? I think all of them are down. Yeah, like the three of you.
All of the people who didn't pass are down.
Yeah. So Kiwino, Screw, and Oliver, you don't remember hitting the ground. Everything just goes black.
Good.
It's
Probably
a
for the
muscle
best.
memory.
All right.
Definitely getting ragdolled while he's falling.
Yeah. So, actually, let me unpause this now. All right. And for the other two, Ash and the dog, things also likewise go dark. And the loud rumbling and the movements, they stop all of a sudden. And while your vision goes black, your awareness remains. You're conscious, but battered, but alive, barely. Through some stroke of fortune, you manage to escape being stuck under piles of rock. And while everything aches, you can still move, if only barely. Your comrades, on the other hand, despite your attempts, were not so lucky. They managed to escape being crushed, but they are unconscious and clinging to life and half buried under piles of rubble. And yeah, you guys may do whatever you like.
Will continue to be unconscious.
Unconscious RP.
Yeah.
Crew starts bleeding from the mouth.
That's not good.
I mean, Mate is immediately just going to run in, start trying to drag Crew out of the rubble. On
I'd
second
have to
grid.
accept this job.
Yeah.
Where are we though?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, this is
Forget
a bit
about
more.
it.
This is a bit more an issue. Oh gosh, they don't look so good. We should.
I'm suppose.
Hey, Ass Man, you want to get that guy out?
Who?
The weird masked man. That's not me.
It looks like a squash bug in there.
You never
Pull him
got
out.
his name? Well, that sucks.
Like, I know his name.
Hey, look, his head's fuzzy. Okay.
He'll try to pull him out.
When you just be
Not
able to
graceful.
flush
He's just
step
gonna
him
try to
out.
rip him out of the rocks.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, I carefully try to remove Oliver out of the rocks.
It's a Mate is trying to be careful, but you can't exactly be that careful when your only method of grabbing onto them is sharp fucking spikes.
Just don't damage the head area.
He'll be fine.
Everything else is fine. Just don't touch the head.
I don't think I want to see what's underneath that.
Everything else is useless. Just don't damage the head.
Everything else is useless.
You want the head?
Crew wakes up. What the fuck? Crew falls back unconscious.
Oh god, you're okay. Oh wait, he's gone now. Oh. Anyways, tries pulling Oliver out.
I'm still dead as fuck. It's not good, man. It's not good.
That way.
Ash, do you happen to know any kind of a medical knowledge whatsoever?
Let me think.
I think Ash is.
Mate has an idea. Mate walks up to Crew and, using my new feet, fucking explodes.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
I think you
I
have to be
forgot.
awake to give us commands.
Yeah.
You have
You
to be
know
awake
what?
to give commands.
I will just this once I will allow it. I would imagine Crew would have programmed an emergency protocol into Mate. So just this once, I will allow it. Okay.
Self-destruct, of course.
Of
Yeah.
course.
My
What the
master's
fuck?
dead. I can't live anymore.
All hope is
Self-
lost.
All hope is lost. Self-destruct
Oh,
in
just make-
5.
Okay, yeah, it is one target. Yeah, it is one target.
Great.
So,
Yeah, you see Mate start doing a countdown. And
What?
and he moves into a position where it looks like they're about to explode.
And we're moving back.
And self-destruct sequence activated.
Today I will explode in a unknown location and make lots of sound.
Anyway,
it's more like a flamethrower than an explosion.
No, it's an explosion. It's an explosion.
Yeah, it's an explosion.
it
It's
is
an
an
explosion.
It
It
actually
is an explosion, but it's more directed in one single.
No, it's
location.
literally an explosion.
It's
You
literally an
exploded at all
I'm not
explosion.
arguing
distances.
that it's not an explosion. I'm arguing that it's a directed explosion. It's not all around.
Controlled explosion.
Yes.
No, it's all around. That's how explosions work.
like
Well,
okay,
no,
so-
if it was all around, it would be AOE. This is single target.
So flavor-wise, the way I imagine
Uh.
this happening is like Mate kind of has, I don't know. He probably has like a defibrillator or something.
Also,
like-
flamethrowers are loud.
Yeah.
It's still not good.
So yeah, Mate has some sort of mechanism to bring somebody back up or heal them. So I will allow it just this once. So yeah, go for it, Crew. Roll. I think that's a 5. healing? Yeah, you restore 5 HP. And
Oh, whoops. Mate was healed for some reason.
He probably has tokens selected.
Oh,
Left
alt.
yours and then click heal.
There we go. Alright. Let me just damage her. There. Okay. So I think I get rid of the dying and all the conditions.
wounded actually doesn't get removed until you, I think, roll a successful treat wounds. I don't think battle medicine counts. I don't remember.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have a thing of wounded yet, but
Yeah, you have it now.
You're supposed to have it now.
Yeah, you have wounded now. So that'll be wounded 1.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have it now. Yeah. But you're up. So, crew, mate kind of skitters up to you and does a short countdown and, for lack of a better definition, explodes. But it's not one of mate's usual explosions. It's there's still, some element of fire to it, but it's like an explosion of, like, I don't want to say healing fluid because that sounds weird. Yeah, it's some kind of like medical spray, or in combination of like some form of defibrillation, kind of shocks you awake, and you're okay. You're awake. I wouldn't say okay. You're awake.
What the heck is that thing?
And then mate beeps and boops at you.
You're so weird, you know that. Anyways.
All you see, Doc, is mate's smiling face, kind of glowing in the darkness.
What the fuck happened?
You got
Hey
right.
mate, do you think you can activate a flashlight real quick?
Mate beeps and boops and just shines like a goddamn spotlight on Oliver.
Alright, let me
I'm still dead as fuck.
Yeah, I'm treating you right now.
Yeah, let me put the light on the token. What's the emanation? Like 30 feet or like?
I think it would be like 30 feet. Yeah.
All right, let's do 30.
Because this is a pretty dark place, so this is full brightness.
Rip everybody that has a concussion.
Well, I have dark vision, so it sucks to suck.
Yeah, still some light's
There we
better
go.
than 8. Okay.
Mate is now emitting light from
Nice.
the globe on mate's head.
Okay, that's good.
So,
Anyways.
awesome. Yeah, you guys can now see. Oh, where am I?
We can now see where we are.
Yeah, you can see where you are now. So,
What the heck is this place?
I'm going to say, since you have medical experience, Doc, you can hear crew muttering, "What's the thing that they say never to do when you're concussed? Are you supposed to fall asleep or fight to not fall asleep?" He is
Falls asleep. Slash
fighting.
me.
all
I
right.
think you should lay down, crew. Just find somewhere to lay
Thumbs
down.
up.
This.
Fall straight down.
Okay. I guess now, while we're out in the open, I'll try and treat Oliver.
Yep, go ahead. I believe the DC is 15 for treat wounds.
But while he's unconscious, can I get our sample?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And just
Again.
puts that away for future use.
That's a
Again.
snack for later.
This boy just fucking skin off their body.
Just snippet of hair.
And now I heal him.
At this point, considering that you're doing this pretty out in the open, could like the awake
Well-
people do like a perception check to see you doing that?
Well, I don't know. It
I'm not
depends on
focused on him.
if Ash is focused on Kumanos or not.
Actually, no, yeah. That is fair. The
I mean,
only
I could try to do passive if you want.
Yeah.
So-
What's your passive perception, Ash?
Actually, why doesn't Aberrant roll the stealth check to see if
Yeah.
it doesn't attract the attention?
Okay. Doc, roll the stealth check, but yeah, roll the stealth. Let's see.
Oh,
Maybe I think I had some things on. But it's fine.
Ash, what's your passive perception?
How do I check that?
It's on your
Uh,
sheet.
it's 10 plus your perception.
Yeah,
He
whatever.
probably
your
makes it.
perception-
I don't know. He probably.
I think yours is like 16, 17.
Maid
It's
actually
16.
sees it too.
16.
Yeah. it's
Okay,
fine.
yeah. So you see this.
Maid also sees it.
Depends if you question or not. Anyways,
Yeah.
he's
No,
just
I don't give a
gonna start
fuck.
healing.
I don't give a
Fuck you, alright?
Hey, you got
Goddamn.
you probably got rocks in your skin. I don't care if he pulls anything out.
Yeah, I'm pulling out debris out of him. That's it.
Sure, okay.
Alright, let me try. Can I do a medicine check on him?
Yeah, you are trained. So I believe I gave you a healer's kit. It should be in your inventory. If not, I will give you one. That is...
Let's check.
Alright, this is for him.
You have a healing.
Whew, that's a crit. Nice. Good damn.
I have 5
Right.
potions.
All right.
That's
Love
Uh,
the 40 gauge.
1
That is
second.
indeed a
Ash.
crit.
I will give you a healer's tools because that's kind of important for treatment.
Mhm.
Actually, yeah, I'll just give you the healer's kit right off the bat. 1 second. I will give that to you.
Start shoving gauze into his his wounds.
Control space, healer's tools. Drag on the character sheet.
Yep, dragging. I will be a little slow because I am lagging like horribly.
Let's
That's
go.
fine. Okay.
Okay,
my God.
You should have the healer's
Oh.
tools now, Ash.
Alright.
So
So do I click on those or do I click on
no,
the
just roll a medicine check, and you have to roll higher than 15.
awesome.
So let's see.
Wish me luck. we don't
Don't
get it.
worry,
Okay.
How much? How
I'm-
much does Oliver heal from this?
48.
Yeah, it's 40.
48.
And you get the wound condition removed.
Yep. Got it.
Oh shit.
You heal for
Goddamn.
23.
Ash, do you have any hero points you'd like to use?
I do. I have
Yeah.
30.
So
Yeah.
right click and then select the reroll with hero point on your
So after, being, I guess, recuperated from
There
fucking
you go.
unconsciousness,
You're good.
he will slowly, turn up, and just sit and just like, he kind of dazed the fuck out.
No. Don't stay down for a little bit. You're in no condition.
He's like heavily breathing and he's just gonna lay down for a bit then.
Stay down for a little bit, okay? Let me go help you with this.
I got a 23.
All right, yeah. So Ash, that makes it. So because you broke the threshold of 20, I believe the healing is doubled.
Let's
So that
go.
is also a 48.
Well, and actually, I'm pretty sure you have to declare that before. You're saying you're aiming for the higher DC.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? Whatever. Actually, no. I think it says that if you break the 20, I don't. Whatever. I'll look at it later. Let's just do it. So that's 2d8, and if you're treating him for like the next hour, double it, so it's 4d8.
48.
So go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, I'm just focusing getting these guys out of the dying condition.
Yeah. You could also, yeah, you all don't have the wounded condition anymore because treat wounds was successful. So Crew does
Well, I
not
mean,
have
for-
wounded anymore.
I mean, Crew got healed. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think he
Crew
got
does.
wounds.
Yeah, Crew still has the wounded condition. Oliver and Huminus can have that removed. Off.
So I will stop dying. That's the opposite of stopping dying. There we go.
Yeah, make sure you heal. Make sure you roll some healing. Ash.
25.
Excellent. I will apply that as healing. Bang.
As Oliver's barely laying down, he's gonna just sort of feel around his surroundings, feel the probably carpet. I want to say
All right.
this
Yeah.
carpet. Yeah, and then he'll also feel this paper down by his left hand. Try and pick it up.
Okay.
Read it.
So, since you're all awake now,
I'm poking his face.
Kind of.
yeah, kinda. In the dusty gloom around you, you can make out the outlines of a large room, an office from the looks of it, that once housed numerous cubicles and desks. But what hasn't been crushed by falling rubble is covered in a thick coating of cement dust and debris. The entire northeastern corner of the office is completely caved in, likely from the landslides from the cavern somewhere further up above. Loose cables and wiring dangle from open panels in the ceiling, where the once bright fluorescent lights now sit darkened and broken. Beneath your feet, the dark paneled carpeting is strewn with papers, books, electronics, and bits of shattered furniture and cubicles. The walls are rather plain looking, but dotted here and there with the occasional whiteboard or corkboard. The air smells old and dusty, and tinged with the slightest hint of something else. And along the northern wall, you see a door with a brass plaque that says Supervisor Office.
Where? Which door? Which?
Oh, the one up here.
Okay.
How about this paper I picked up?
Paper.
Yep, this one right here.
Let's see here. 1 second. I actually have a note for that somewhere. All right.
Are you just chilling on the floor?
Are you looking at it, Oliver, or just...
Yeah, I'm sort of like I felt it with my hand, so I'm bringing it to my face.
Okay. So, out of the pile of documents, a lot of them are either too badly burned or otherwise damaged to be legible. Most of them are full of really complex and dry terminology that you don't really understand. But you do find a few memos, one of which is in your hand, with a date on it. And the date on it says the 24th of Midsummer.
Are we still underground?
I don't know.
Fine.
With a big pile of rocks.
I'm
No, just
pretty sure we fell on unless someone picked us up after I blacked out.
No, I think I can clearly see where we fell, but something this big shouldn't be down this far.
Actually, if you guys like, I can have you roll society checks.
Society,
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
We live in one of those, yes.
I'm good at
True.
that.
Where?
I got 11.
There they are. Society.
Unfortunate.
Damn. That makes sense. Crew's a bit fucked up.
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna re-roll that. I
Okay.
have plenty here at once. 17.
Okay. So, 17 is good enough. Doc and Q Minos. So, in some of how do I explain this? So, 100 years ago, there was something called the Mage War, which was primarily between the southern nations of Romulus and Stalberg. And Sheridan was one of the countries that got involved in said war and sided with Stalberg. And throughout the course of that war and in the years following, Sheridan was a fairly big industrial superpower, and they specialized in the development of weapons. And although the war is long since over, Sheridan has kind of maintained its supremacy in terms of like military developments. And it's no secret, Sheridan actually remains quite proud of it, that they have weapons research and development facilities all over the place, but many of them are hidden. And those would be like the only things that you would suspect would be this far underground. Because in order to stay safe from aerial bombardment, a lot of manufacturing and a lot of research had to be moved to secure places. And in Sheridan, in the mountains or underground, is probably the safest places to be.
See.
And actually, I don't. Well, could probably figure out what this place is from the papers that are strewn around, but good luck figuring that out, because the only one with any technical expertise would be Crew, and he's kind of out of it at the moment.
It's
Oliver,
fine.
Now Crew's just like very slowly reaching for his phone to take a picture.
Yeah,
Oliver will use his sword, summon it, and then use it as a cane to prop himself up.
I'm gonna
Can I read this
medicine. I'm
paper
gonna
right
medicine
here?
Crew. Just to get him up even higher on health. Which I feel like it. That is unfortunately a fail.
Oliver is sort of half dazed, just staring around at everything.
Takes a lot to fail. Okay.
Yeah, so Doc, you can like check him again in like 20. I think 10 minutes is
I don't feel like waiting that long. Reroll.
reroll.
All right, sure.
No, you gotta go here, not there.
Who's like directing you on how to properly treat him.
Oliver's gonna prop this chair up and then sit down on it, and then also check
there
his
we go.
phone
Yeah,
and see if there's a
I
signal
told
here.
you here, not there.
All right, so Oliver, your phone screen is badly cracked.
Cracked.
Yeah, the screen is cracked, but
It probably
the damage,
works though, right?
Yeah, the damage is superficial at best, but your phone still works. However, you are not getting a signal at all.
How much do I heal for?
Nothing.
2d8.
2d8. 9.
Yeah, it's 4d8 though if he's treating you for like the next hour.
He's gonna look at this computer. Does this look like it could even work?
The laptop?
Yes.
Right here?
And I lose the wounded condition,
yeah,
right?
you lose
you lose
the
the-
wounded condition. Sure.
Are you good to get up now?
I think so.
There's
God.
stuff here that needs your attention.
Alright, where? God.
Lots of stuff around here.
Alright,
Just
so
be careful.
we'll go with Oliver first. The computer looks pretty like beat up. It's covered in like cement dust. The screen is cracked, but it looks like it could be functional, but it has no power at all. If there was a battery still in it, it has been drained for quite some time.
I have an idea what we could do with that.
And what's that?
Out of character, probably get an electric wisp in there. That'd probably
Sure,
do the
just-
trick.
I mean, I just need a bit to first repair me and then repair that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
So
first of all, yeah. So, yeah. What are you guys doing right now?
he, after realizing that it doesn't work, he's not gonna give a shit anymore. He's just gonna go wander around the other way.
All right.
What do you need me to look
Okay.
at, Doc?
Can I read this paper right here? It's on the desk.
Yeah. So Ash, same thing. It's a lot of like really detailed technical information, a couple of memos, but most of it is too damaged or faded to be legible.
So we are currently somewhere unknown. And my guess is that this is probably one of Saren's many secret facilities. But this clearly has been abandoned for some time now. So I suggest don't go too far. Let's stay here for a while and just look around and rest. We clearly need it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I will note, all over about the paper that you found, the date of the 24th of Midsummer, that's from this year, 2019. So this is recent.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, there's some technical papers here, and there's a laptop over there if you want to look at that.
Give me a few minutes first. Gotta take care of it. Gotta take care
That
of
was
them.
that's
And
2 months ago. Less than, or a bit more than 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Crew is going to
That's not good.
Crew's going to sit down and just pick up Mate, put him on his lap, and get to work repairing.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll your repair checks.
I believe that is a crafting check.
That is a crafting, yeah. So just roll your crafting. And yeah, that'll
And
do
this
it.
only takes 1 minute.
Yeah. So that does not make it, unfortunately, but you can keep doing that. It's fine.
And I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
don't-
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna continuously recover myself for a
Yep.
bit.
So while you guys are doing that, Minos, you're still cursed, right?
Yes, I need to rest to get rid of that. I'm
Uh-huh.
at my moderate curse level.
Okay. How's Q Minus doing right now?
At the moment, he seems to be getting up. He seems to be like groggily, like coming back to his senses and just looking around the room. He seems distinctly uncomfortable being like in this confined of in dimly lit and dingy of an area.
All right. All right. So Q Minus,
Yes.
ever since awareness returned to you, your head has been throbbing. Everything hurts, and you're barely sure you feel the wet, sticky sensation of blood trickling down the side of your head, despite receiving medical treatment. But your vision darkens suddenly. Your eyes are open, but all you see is darkness, and your limbs suddenly feel heavy, almost as if they're pinned down by something, or simply just
Yes, that's what a mask does.
frozen in place. And you're not where you're supposed to be.
He seems distinctly uncomfortable, but what exactly does he begin to feel focusing on it?
You feel restrained, but it doesn't feel like rock. It feels like something else. It feels like some kind of energy, a presence, a power far beyond you and your understanding.
Does he feel like this is just like a pervasive thing, or does it seem to be coming from any particular place or direction?
It doesn't seem to be coming from any particular place or direction. It seems to be coming from everywhere, all around him, and it's familiar.
Well, that's not necessarily a good thing, now is it?
It's not. And Huminos, it's not long before you hear something. The faintest of whispers, just at the edge of your perception. You don't understand what they're saying at first, but you don't need to.
The son of a bitch speaks to
You
ghosts.
remember what they say. You've heard them so many times before, whenever your curse tightens its grip on you. But it's been a while since you've heard them this clearly. Not since leaving that place. Precious. Precious.
My favorite.
So fragile. So beautiful. The words ring in your ears, the tone sickly sweet, and yet burning at your very being at the same time. You feel strange wisps of energy swirling around you, brimming with life, caressing, suffocating, strangling. This isn't the normal life energy you usually sense. This is different. Very different. It feels malignant, toxic, corruptive, as if a massive font of life energy had become tainted by something vile and evil. And you can feel it trying to take hold of you. So precious. Forget the pain. Forget the fear. live, grow, thrive. You must live because you are mine. And I need you to make me a will save.
Okay. I don't belong to anyone.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
Well then.
Knew he was creepy.
I'm gonna hear a point on that one.
Of course.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
Okay,
no.
that's not as bad.
Casually double it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just as you feel the presence closing in, Huminos, energy surges through you and courses through every fiber of your being. It's both agonizing and wonderful at the same time. This is the life energy you know. But it feels different somehow. The other being, whatever it is, relinquishes its hold on you with a deafening shriek, and it shrinks back into the darkness from whence it came. But the burning in your flesh doesn't stop. It only grows more intense. Although it's only a few fleeting seconds, it feels like much longer. And in those few seconds, it feels like you're connected to the flow of life in the entirety of Mistgard. You feel its very pulse and heartbeat, almost mirroring your own. Or perhaps yours is mirroring it. And then out of the darkness, you see a faint bloom of light, blossoming in a rush of wind and a rustling of leaves. And then there before you sprouts an enormous tree, towering over you like a skyscraper for what seems like an eternity, before it disperses in a shower of glowing motes that float around you, their light blooming into a blinding intensity before finally fading. And as the light fades, normal vision returns to you, and the burning sensation in your body stops. And although the whispers cease, you know they'll eventually return. They always do. But with the will save you rolled, you know your will remains strong, and you're bolstered with the knowledge that something more vast and more ancient offers you its blessings and protection now. Huminos, 2 seeds have been planted this day. Which one will you let flourish and grow? And when it does, which of its many branching paths will you take? Only time will tell. Alright, so Huminos, you are now officially a Runescard.
Wunderbar.
So you now have the access to the new lore skill that you have. Functionally, it'll be just a general history thing. So essentially what it'll do is anytime I ask for a knowledge check for anything regarding any kind of history, doesn't matter if it's recent or ancient, the DCs will be lower for you. So this is kind of like a general lore master kind of feat, but specifically for history. It will not work, however, for like individuals, like unless like they're particularly well known or anything like that. But general history checks, yeah, your DCs will be lowered. And since Runescard gives you access to a new spell list, this is what I am proposing. Normal Runescard allows you to pick from the Arcane spell list. I will give you the option of either the Arcane spell list or the Primal. That is up to you. The reason for this being, Arcane has the much bigger spell list, but for what I've done here, Primal is more fitting. That's up to you. Mainly, like in gameplay, the main perk of the Primal spell list is the access to the heal spell, but you already have that. Arcane is much broader, so I'll let you decide on whether or not you want Arcane or Primal. That is up to you.
Arcane also has heal.
Oh, Arcane also has heal?
Arcane has like everything.
Oh, Arcane has like everything? Okay. Yeah.
But that's something that I'll definitely think on.
Yeah, you don't have to choose now. But whichever spell list you pick, that will be the one that you will be picking from for however long you take the Rune Scar dedication. So, yeah, something to think about. Yeah. Also, Huminos, after all that, you notice something different about yourself. Something that definitely wasn't there before. Inscribed upon your flesh like intricate tattoos are a series of runes and symbols that shine with a scintillating pale green that borders on white whenever light catches it just right.
Wunderbar.
Mm-hmm.
As his vision comes back and he begins perceiving the room again, and the physical aspect of what's happened to him begins to set in, a hand comes up to his chest and grips onto the clothing there, almost seeming to be almost with enough force to start ripping it off as he...
What the heck are you doing? You need a rest.
I'm not sleeping anytime soon.
You don't need to sleep to rest, so just take it still for a while. What's even
Trust
happening?
me. Oh, I wish I knew. I would tell you.
Yeah. Staying over here.
So, anybody know Primal?
I do.
I do.
Let me
Okay,
check.
yeah,
I don't.
I do.
so, whoever is close,
Close to
her,
who?
anyone who's close to Huminos, like close enough to see the runes that have just kind of suddenly appeared on his exposed skin.
I'm close enough, I guess.
I definitely would have started approaching, so I'm just gonna move up a bit.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you know Primal, you recognize the symbols on Huminos's skin as primal. But if you want to delve into it further, I will require either an Arcana, Occult, or Society check. Huminos, on the other hand, you can use your new lore skill, which is History, and your DC is lower.
Huh. I have the same in all of those.
I have shame in all those too. Wowie.
Go ahead and roll, gentlemen.
Bang. Nope, not today.
One
Unfortunate.
second, I think I'm about to sneeze.
Bless
Chew.
you. Bless
Rolls
you.
are quick.
Bless you.
Oh, okay, Crew gets it. Okay.
Now that he's no longer actively bleeding out, he's certainly doing a lot better.
All right, let's see here. So Crew, you can instantly tell that the runes and symbols are primal in nature, which is the language of the beasts and beast spirits. But their shapes are slightly different from the language you know. It seems archaic, older. If you had to guess, it looks like a form of ancient primal from the nation of Fang or Dendra.
The nation. Can you repeat the nation's name?
Fang, Fang, and then the other one is Dendra, Dendra. So I'll type that in chat.
Alright. That's definitely primal, but it looks.
Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to click on
1 second. Let me
My bad.
check
Oliver is
the.
very knowledgeable on this subject.
True.
Where's the map? There's the map. Okay, yeah, those are not. Those are. That.
Yeah, so on the world map, Fang and Dendra are like in central equatorial Mistgard.
Yeah, they're pretty close to each other.
And this is general knowledge. It requires no roll. Dendra is considered the cradle of life of Mistgard. It is the place where all life was believed to have began.
Cradle of life? Do you mean?
And it is the home to a very large and massive tree. That is more like generally referred to as the Tree of Life. But the tree also kind of bears a name as well, which is Aximundi, which I will also type in chat for you.
That's
Nice tree.
Nice tree.
that is old as fuck. That
Yeah,
is.
it is very old.
Yeah. No, that crew is just like looking at the runes, just like comment, just like muttering. God, oh, that's gotta be like how ancient are we talking here? For this
Thousands of
language?
years. Because
Those are
you've studied ancient languages before, crew. And modern languages, like, I mean, you know Abyssal and you know Void Speech, like those are like really freaking ancient. And nobody speaks them. But you're not an expert in anthropology or linguistics, but you've studied languages enough to know that the modern dialects that a lot of people speak of any language are very different from stuff from, say, like 500 years ago, or even like 100 years ago. So what you're seeing now, it resembles current primal language, but very loosely. Like you see similarities, um, but like it's markedly different. And in terms of actual translation, though, what did you roll? You rolled 23, so that's pretty good. Okay, so I can tell you that a very rough translation, or at least the gist of what you're seeing, of what you can see anyway. They seem to be almost like protective wards, and they're meant to protect against outside forces entering something. So it's like a barrier of sorts.
after like a solid like minute of crew just like analyzing, just well, good news. I don't think you're gonna be getting possessed anytime soon, Kuminos. Those are runes of like a barrier, I think. They're
Protective
it's a
wards, yeah.
bit hard to read them. They're like like millennia, like thousands of years ago. But
Yeah, this is like
I
Age
think
of
that's what
Gods
they
shit.
say.
Well, I'm so happy that this is quite interesting for you.
That sounds very sarcastic.
It is.
Anyways, you should probably just rest. Just do it.
We can't rest. We have to find a way out.
Yes,
I'm just
it is.
How
start
do you
opening
expect-
doors.
Don't do that.
Actually, Ash, since you like you walked past this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perception check, please.
Oh, so that's a hallway.
That's a hallway at the glowy doohickey in there.
That's a glowing doohickey.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Many of us
Imagine
are
if-
injured and fatigued. We should probably just take a rest before we go any further.
Okay, let me see.
It'd be wise, advisable.
Where is it?
At the very least, we need to find out where we are and a place where we can hole up to rest, if that's the case. Our room
The
is
last
several
place we should be
doors.
staying is a place where there are multiple doors.
I guess that's true.
That is a good
Okay,
point.
yeah, that meets it. Okay. Ash, as you wander around that area here in the middle, you smell blood. The smell of blood hangs heavy in the air. Blood and decay. But it's not dry, stale blood. It smells fresh. The blood stains on the carpet beneath the rubble look redder and wetter than they did before. And they're growing. It expands into a massive puddle, and you can hear moaning and screaming as
Oh,
gnarled,
motherfucker.
bloody hands reach out to grasp anything within reach.
Oh,
Yo.
great.
Do any of us
Just
know
stay
this
away
place?
from it.
Grab your hands.
Hey, you just
Uh,
teleport. Teleport. What are you doing?
Grab your hands.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not
so-
teleporting away from it.
Ash, you actually said something else. Let's see here.
Nice.
Hang on, let me. My notes are all over the place. Oh, here it is. Okay, 1 second. So, Ash, the odd swirling of hot and cold is what grabs your attention the most. It feels more than just a shift in temperature. It feels unnatural, cloying, and you recognize it. As an errant, you've trained formally to hone your senses to things beyond what you can see, to the point where you can feel subtle changes in your surroundings. Temperature change, the slightest prickle of energy over your skin, the barest hint of regret, hopelessness, and utter rage. That's how you know ghosts are present, or at least nearby. And do you focus on it further?
I will.
All right. So Ash, this is actually something I forgot to add to the sheet, but you have what I like to call spirit sight. Given your training, you concentrate for a second or two, and you can feel the slightest shift in the world around you as you prepare yourself to peer into the veil. You open your eyes again. It's almost as if one of the filters on your HUD have been activated. Your vision is tinted in ethereal blue-green, and for the most part, everything looks normal. Except for the wispy masses of blue-green smoke that float around here and there. And the largest concentration is right here, above the pool of bloody, grasping hands.
I'll move that way.
Does everyone see this though?
Oh, sorry,
Or
what
only
was
him? Does everyone see
Is-
the grasping hands, or does only him?
Ash is just having a moment.
You know what? That's fair.
Also, yeah, Q minus, you can kind of sense this too. Like there's something off about your surroundings. It feels like, something.
Wait, Oliver, come back real quick.
You
I do
will
not feel-
not listen.
He's not gonna listen to you.
Do not feel
I think we
comfy
should-
around the grabby hand.
I think we should check out this room above us first, because it's the supervisor's office. That room industry.
Crew's just going to quickly walk in and pick up the laptop.
Yep.
Maybe dead right now, but if we can find a power source.
There's the light up here.
I'm gonna check this door real quick. How much?
Okay.
Yes,
it.
running off and all doing our own things is the best way to solve this problem.
It is locked. All right.
Yeah. So, Doc, that door is locked. It is, I believe, an electronic lock. Let me check my notes 1 second.
Oh yay.
Hey.
Where is?
Did somebody say lock?
So we see a lot.
Supervisor's
heard a
office is locked.
What kind of lock?
It seems electronic.
Yeah. So it's an electronic lock. It is locked. So
Is this a door
it
of
is
some kind?
It's a door.
It
So
is like
okay.
a portal.
Yeah.
Let me-
So, since it's an electronic lock, you can interact with it like any normal lock. So you can pick it, with thievery, for Ash, or slice it. Crew can use his engineering lore, to try and slice it. Or you can have I'm sorry, brain fart right now. Or you can have Oliver try to smash through it with athletics. So there's 3 options here. But Oliver, so if you're standing right in front of it right now, it's
All right,
like
pop
the
quiz,
lock is-
pop
the
quiz,
lock is
pop
pretty-
quiz,
What?
pop quiz. What will I do?
So Oliver, before you try and smash it, I will tell you that it's a pretty heavy duty lock and door.
Yeah, okay, and I'm a
it's
pretty
the
heavy
door.
duty guy.
Your DC will actually be a little higher.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah.
That's just a
Alright.
challenge.
Get ready,
say-
bitch.
I say don't damage.
Nice.
Okay. I say don't damage.
All right. Oliver. Like, what do? You try to punch it or you ram it with your shoulder?
I try and I dig my fingers into the, I guess, the door slit and try and pull it out.
Yeah, no. The way the door is constructed, I wouldn't say seamless, but the gaps in the door aren't large enough for you to get your gauntleted fingers into and rip off.
How about my sword? That Bester sword.
I mean, you could try.
Okay,
Uh,
I have a second sword for this reason.
Maybe let me take a look at
Yeah,
it.
you can
Oliver.
probably let mate look at it. You don't have to ruin the door's integrity.
Oh
If-
yeah, if you
if
fail,
it
that
is
makes it
a safe-
harder.
Yeah,
If it's a safe room, then maybe keeping the door usable. If it turns out to be a safe room, keeping the door usable would probably be a good idea.
think logically.
Oh, if you have the key card, then go get it. Meantime,
I mean-
we have other things to do. You don't walk over here.
Crew, roll a perception check, please.
Perception. All right.
Guys,
I
I think I
will
found the
also
key
have-
card.
I will also
I
have
think I
mate
found the key
roll
card.
one because
Garrett.
mate has perception.
Is there a dead body over there?
Oh, there's a lot of blood though.
Okay. Yeah, crew. Um. So, being an engineer and somebody who's very technically inclined, and well, also your electricity elemental affinity, you know when there's power running through something. And interestingly enough, it would seem that there is still enough power within this facility for, well, Oliver can see it, and you can kind of see it kind of filtering into the room a little bit. You can see like the dim red glow, pulsing glow of what seems like emergency lights. And there's still enough power as well to power this lock. So even though it's locked shut, you could probably actually just use mate to hack the code for the lock or disable it.
Guys,
Brute force it.
I
Otherwise, yeah, what's strange to you is that a facility, you don't know how big this place is, but in order for there to be any kind of power, even like this low level, there needs to be some kind of generator, and generators usually run out after at most a week. So you don't know how long this place has been abandoned for, or actually no, you do, right? It's been like 2 months. So yeah, the power should have run out a long time ago. So as far as you can tell, if this place is running on emergency power, it's drawing it from somewhere.
Wunderbar.
Yeah.
I found a key card, I'm pretty sure. Is this what I'm seeing right here?
What do you find? What did you?
Is that a key card? Out of character?
You won't know until you go and inspect it.
Before it's
Record.
inspected, engineering lord to try to break the lock, but like
Yeah.
smartly.
Yeah, do an engineering lore.
All right.
Yeah.
Touch it, smile.
Yeah, that's good enough. Alright. So, Crew, using your technical knowledge,
You'd be amazed what they teach you in forensics.
yeah, you managed to figure out like what wires, you essentially hotwire the lock. And the door slides open.
Son of a bitch. It was that
Alright.
simple.
Hey, Oliver, crew got open.
He's gonna grab whatever this is, if that's something.
So whatever that is.
Yeah, this thing.
Yeah, so that is, it seems to be an employee ID. A security card.
What's the name on it?
Fred.
So,
Is there like any indicatable level of security on it?
so it
or is it
is
just card?
It's a level 1 security card. and the name on it is it's a first initial and then a last name. So the name on it is the initial is M, and then the last name is Smith. Very generic.
Mike Smith. Oh my god.
Most generic name imaginable.
Michael Smith.
Well,
Michael Morbius Smith.
Okay, so crew, you
Okay.
wander in there.
yep.
All right, so
Does the room look safe?
upon opening the door, what immediately greets you is the smell. The dusty, musty, earthen scent of old decay and rotting flesh. You can imagine what a corporate office looks like. This one looks like an office like any other. Against the far wall is a bookshelf containing all sorts of books and binders, though a lot of the files that were once contained within lie strewn all over the floor. Against the near wall is a photocopy machine and a locked metal filing cabinet. And occupying the left corner of the room is a large wooden desk and computer, both covered in a layer of dust. Slumped over the desk, however, is a rather sobering sight. A
Dead
kind of
person.
withered and slightly bloated corpse of an elven man still clad in business casual attire. And on the desk, you can see an empty pill bottle, along with a piece of paper partially stuck under the man's body.
When crew opens the door, those of you that are still in the room, you see him just like look proud for a second before immediately just like jolting back and just like going to a corner.
Oliver will look over at the desk, will grab the dead body by the shoulder and throw it onto the ground, like right about here, and then start looking through the desk.
Get on the
Oliver,
ground! That's
Oliver,
not how,
Oliver,
that's
do
not
you
how you
guys-
handle cadavers.
do you guys like know the different levels of decomposition? Because I certainly do. So because it's been like a couple of weeks, a couple of months, this guy is in full-on decay and he is juicy. There are fluids like seeping.
He
out
doesn't
of
care. He does not care.
Yeah. So this bloated corpse that is weeping fluids and in full decay, like, just goes splatter across the room.
Delicious.
After hearing that sound, crew immediately just like puts hand on wall, looks like he's about to barf.
That is not how you handle cadaver, but okay.
Okay.
Does not reply. Keep searching through desk.
Oliver, you're going through the desk.
Yep.
So, so most of the stuff that was in there has been it's covered in fluids that you probably don't really want to identify. It's probably like decomposition from the body you just literally threw across the room. And a lot of the documents are illegible, but there are some that are.
All right. Let's hear him.
Okay. Again, it's a lot of the same that you found before. Let me look for the papers. 1 second. So, you're not any engineer. That's Crew's area of expertise, but from what you can glean, the information on some of the papers that you find in the desk, particularly in like the lower drawers, a lot of the documents pertain to weapons R&D, and there's a lot of calculations, equations, blah blah blah, like very very technical stuff. No schematics as far as you can see. But a lot of the documents talk about like really bland, dry things like yield, durability, range, material strength, things like that. But nothing pertains to things like warheads or anything large or military grade. This seems like smaller stuff. Small arms, and weaponry, that sort of thing.
All right.
And some of the papers indicate some level of magical integration as well. You also find repeated references to like you find a couple of memos and documents that are in folders labeled top secret, like stamped with top secret. And you find repeated references to something called Project Joker.
Looking cool. Okay, I'm sorry.
Project Joker moment.
Yeah,
What do you
so
find in there?
Take a look for yourself, and I'll hand him the papers. How do these pills look? What are they?
Antidepressants.
hang on, let me see. What did I write here? Aw. So, so this doesn't require a check. You can kind of see it on the pill bottle. So the label is they're like really heavy duty painkillers. They're not prescription. They're like over the counter stuff that you can get at nearly any pharmacy. But if this bottle was close to full, it is empty now. And,
It has nothing in it.
It has nothing in it.
Fuck.
Yep.
What does the piece of paper under it say?
Do you try to read it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, the paper is smudged and stained with corpse juice.
Bye, juice. Let's
Let's
My favorite.
not sugarcoat it.
Definitely Dr. Aberrant's favorite.
But
Sips that shit like a pina colada on a beach side.
so are you reading it, Oliver?
Yes.
All right.
In my head.
I'm
Probably
reading
not
it
out
now.
loud.
So
I-
okay, give me a second here. Most of the letter is heavily smudged and stained. It's been down here for a while, and it's been soaking in corpse fluids for who knows how long, but you can read a significant amount of it. And the letter reads as follows. To whoever finds this, the facility is lost. It won't be long before we're all dead. There's no use in fooling ourselves otherwise. The earthquake caused a massive cave-in and has blocked off all exits, at least on this level. It's possible that the exits on the lower levels are still accessible, but Sid had all stairways to the labs sealed off behind the security doors after what he called a containment breach. A few people managed to find a high clearance security card or hack the system or something and decided to try and make a break for it. Broke into the labs and weapons testing areas, but Sid beefed up the security to make sure it wouldn't happen again. A lot of us didn't agree with the decision at the time, but some people said they swore they could hear screaming and the vents coming from whatever the hell is down there. We changed our minds pretty quick. Better up here than down there. The best we could hope for was waiting for rescue, but it's been nearly 2 weeks. Considering the kind of top secret work we supposedly do here, I think it's safe to say that no rescue is coming. And then the next section is really heavily blurred and stained. You can only make out 1 or 2 sentences towards the end. And it reads as follows. I regret not spending more time with my family. If this letter somehow finds a way out of here, tell my wife and kids that I love them and that I'm sorry for everything. And that's all it says.
All right. We'll crumple it in one hand and then put it on the ground. Drop it.
Fuck, dude.
And I'll start searching the body. See if there's anything on in his
The one that
pockets.
exploded.
Also,
Yeah.
You
Per-
really
I-
shouldn't be doing that.
I'm gonna need you guys to make a perception check.
By you
All of us?
guys, do you mean everyone, or
Well, everybody that's in the room. So this is perception. But Ash and Q-Minos in particular, you can either use your Veil lore or Q minus you can use your curse lore.
You know what? Bang.
So
Not
those
today.
of us in this room, not in the office, right?
Yeah, if you're not in the office, you don't make the roll. But if you're in there, yeah, you can make the roll.
Wait, I'm confused. Do
I
I
don't
do I
make the
roll
roll?
or not?
If you're in the area of the office and you see the letter that Oliver was reading, you can make the roll.
Well, I read it, so I'm rolling.
Yeah,
I'll
over.
I'll roll for Maid, who
Oh my
does
god.
not like the sounds in there.
I'm just focused on this area over here.
Okay, Doc, you rolled high enough. Let's see here. So, Doc, I wouldn't say you're around death all the time, but you're around it often enough to kind of know that when a person dies, sometimes objects can be affected and infused with the remnants of their energy, memory, or emotions. And if the person and the emotions are particularly strong and the spirit-specific anchors are resolved, it can create a relic known as a memento. Items often held by individuals known as the Death Touched, or more commonly, Reapers. It's very faint, but you can sense something a touch otherworldly about the letter.
I guess I pick up the letter again. Is there anything unusual about it, or?
Nope, it just looks like a letter to you.
Okay.
Does the supervisor have any key cards on him, perchance, or anything of interest?
Not that you can see visibly in the room. If he had one, it is on his body somewhere.
That's what I'm doing. I'm searching him,
Oh
hunting
god.
him down.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you should probably let me take care of that.
What difference does it make?
I mean, if you're okay with
Go look in that printer.
scooping,
Then I'll
if
point
you're
in the
okay
corner.
with, if you're okay with scooping for goop, I guess so. But I want to identify how you died real quick.
Okay, so Doc, medicine check.
Yep, I get +2 to this based on my forensic investigator stuff.
I thought he was just gonna take a bite out of the goo.
You fucking weirdo.
Not in front of everybody.
Jello.
A snack.
That must be like the genuine worst consistency. It has to be like a rotten overripe banana and shit. Just ugh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
no
is
bueno.
high. Okay.
I get a lot of bonuses from this.
Okay. So,
True.
And you guys don't have the wisps out yet. All right.
Yeah,
So
I didn't exactly get the chance to sit down.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
we need a rest.
judging by the state of the corpse, Doc, this man has been dead for weeks.
Yeah.
So, you read the letter, right?
Yep, I read the letter.
So, going by the timeline established, he probably committed suicide about shortly or like around 2 weeks after whenever the quake happened. So he has been dead for like well over a month, maybe 2.
And I'm guessing the pills are the suicide culprit.
Yeah, like you don't see any signs of injury aside from Oliver's manhandling of the corpse. So the best that you can tell is he died from overdosing on pills.
Okay. Yep, but just as a figure, he died from overdose. He couldn't handle it
How's the
anymore, I
key
guess.
card search going? Key card. Key card.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but what about the business?
The business, of course.
So Oliver, you're looking for a key card.
Yep.
Okay. How delicate are you being? Are you just kind of like turning it over, reaching around, and like sifting through goop?
Or you just put your hand through the flesh.
Yeah.
I am sort of like how you pat down somebody.
Okay. So this isn't gonna require.
I like trying to fucking Mortal Kombat rip his heart out. He's already dead.
Yeah. So this won't require a check. I assume you're gonna be being thorough.
Yep.
You go through where you assume there would be pockets, and it is very gross. Like,
I don't care.
you're wearing
He does not care.
You're wearing gauntlets, but like there's a thick coating of slime covering the metal gauntlets now. And worst of all is the smell. It smells like rotting meat, rotting flesh. This guy is in full on decay. You do eventually find a key card in one of the pockets.
Oh.
Yeah, but it is also covered in corpse juice.
What does it say? What is he level?
So the security card is also level 1, like you found in the other office.
I see.
This key card is too. How do I explain? It's covered in too much gore for the name to be legible. All you can tell is that it's a security card. Like this is even with it laminated. Like it's too badly damaged and stained.
It's not possible to clean off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you had like some kind of heavy duty cleanser, like bleach or something, probably, but that would probably damage the card too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have that real quick?
We'll give it to
He's
him.
gonna lick it.
No.
Give me that.
He's
I
gonna,
got it.
He just gonna take. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. He's just gonna take the key card, take the letter, and just put them in a little baggie.
That's for later.
Does this printer have anything?
No, it is empty. But there's still paper
Okay.
in it, but it's
Don't
there's
care about
nothing
paper.
printed. Yeah.
Don't care.
All right, Ash,
All right.
what have you been doing this entire time?
I've been examining the light here.
You still have
Grabby
your
hands.
you still have your spirit sight up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this will also require no check, given your training. So where did I put this? 1 second. I have notes all over the place. Did I even? Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, Ash, make me a veil lore check, but the DC is gonna be very low.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is more than enough. All right. So, Ash, from your understanding of the veil and from your training with your previous mentor, there's different types of ghosts and spirits, and they manifest in different ways. Ghosts are formed when a person dies with particularly strong emotions, especially regret, and are unable to accept their death. The strange smoke you see, however, is not a ghost, but ethereal energy, the essence of what makes up all ghosts and spirits. People who've died and accept their death can still leave such essence behind if they possess emotions strong enough to maintain ties to this world. But unlike the typical ghost or spirit, they cannot respond or converse. They only radiate emotion. No one is quite sure whether or not it's a true soul that lingers or if it's only an echo of the person left behind. But any cleric will tell you, especially clerics of the Ferryman or Mazanabar, the Lord of Death, that they don't belong here, and that the longer they stay, the more the spirit suffers and runs the risk of the person's soul not being able to move through the cycle properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Ash, what you're seeing is just kind of like, it's not quite a ghost, it's a pseudo ghost. It's like the remnants of like emotion and like the person's energy left behind. It can form a ghost, but most of the time they just kind of, they're just aimless energy. But they're still spirits that you can kind of send off.
And he'll do exactly that.
Okay, so, I was hoping somebody would do this. All right, so let's see here.
Oh no, I feel like I know what's coming up.
So Ash, you're focusing your attention on the ghost mist, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So, the emotion that you sense most, from the mist is a combination of fear, like utter terror, and regret. You whoever died here, it was not quick. It was slow and agonizing. They might have been crushed under debris or rocks, and while they might have survived the initial cave-in, they suffered for a long time, hours, maybe even days. And that's a long time to think about your mortality. So,
Mm-hmm.
primarily what you sense, fear and regret, that they didn't do more in life. And, if you want to, hang on, where did no, there it is, okay. If you want to, give the spirits a proper send-off, I am going to need you to do another check. Which one is it? Oh, it's here. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna need you to do another Veil Lorch roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, that's enough. Do you do or say anything to the mist?
He'll hold out his hand and say, "You can't stay here. You must move on."
All right. So with that, you see and feel the mist kind of descend lower, and swirl around your hand. And for the briefest of moments, you understand their feelings, and you make a connection. And the air gets suddenly cold for a moment, but then it turns strangely warm, and the mist disappears and fades. And the blood recedes, and the screaming and moaning stops, and then everything's quiet. And for a brief split second, Ash, you sense one last emotion. What is the word? Gratitude. And you kind of get the impression that whatever you sent off, it's at peace now.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna stand there for a moment, and then slowly start to move to the group.
Also, Cubinos, are you looking in Ash's direction?
Yes.
Yeah, you notice this.
Tomatoes does stare. That's true.
Yeah,
Did
so
he do that?
roll me. You can either use your new lore skill, or you can use your veil lore.
Happy day.
Roll.
Nice.
All right, so
Nice.
you don't quite understand what it is Ash is doing, but you recognize a ritual when you see one.
Oh, fancy. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey crew, you better not go in there unless you want to see corpse goop.
I got
He
done clearing out
barfs.
the corpse.
He was. You could tell he was visibly fighting it back for like the past 10 minutes while you two were in there.
Oh
and
gosh.
and yeah, you just saying it, he just completely just empties his stomach in the corner there.
Do you need me to look at that?
Let's just get away from here. Sorry, mate. Give
Well,
me a
anyways,
few
I
more
brought.
minutes, okay,
Well,
bud?
anyways, I brought some interesting documents. Okay, we can look at them later when we finally rest.
I will say though, real quick, this place should have been out of power months ago. If it's been running on emergency for months.
Well, from what I can tell, this place has been inactive for at least 2 or, and well, let's just say this place hasn't seen a life in maybe about a month.
Emergency generators last week at most, usually, so
Yes.
definitely running on emergency power.
Anyways, let's tread lightly.
He's gonna look at this light up here.
They mentioned something about a containment breach, so if there's anything unpleasant in here,
There's a lot more
I don't
lights
want to
down
see
there.
it.
So, Oliver and Doc, you guys know this because you read the letter. There was a containment breach mentioned, but you also saw in the letter that security was beefed up somehow, and like the lower levels were locked. So, if there was a containment breach, you don't know if anything is still wandering around. Oliver,
There's tons of blood here, so that's just otherwise.
Yeah, Oliver, you're looking at the light, right?
Yes.
Anything
Like, check it out.
anything in particular you're trying to glean about it?
No, just like what it is. I assume it's like a light of some sort.
Yeah,
Just like indicating status.
So, what it is it's it's like a strip light that's embedded in the wall near the ceiling, and it's kind of pulsing very slowly, like this really dull red color. Crew would know more about this, but you can't tell if it's a warning light or emergency lights or something like that. This is not your area of expertise. But
Ollie's gonna do something.
Yeah, sure.
He's gonna toggle on infrared vision on his head. Does he see anything in particular behind any of these walls or whatever have you?
Yeah, so I'm not an electrician, so I'm just gonna
Well, I mean, even like through the wall, if there's anything
okay.
infrared.
It depends if the walls are too thick, though. Also.
Yeah, the walls are concrete as far as you can tell. So the walls in the hallway, they're all running cold, as far as you can tell, as like almost as cold as you can get. They're dark blue, almost black on infrared. I don't think electrical shows up on infrared.
I don't think so, no.
No, but you can hear the distinct
I quickly
humming.
checked, I didn't see anything about it.
Yeah, you can hear the distinct humming of the lights as they pulse.
Looks like a maintenance room down there.
Do we want to say fuck it and try and open it?
You want me to unlock it for you?
Oh, no, you don't need to do that.
This room looks relatively safe.
Tom, please let there be no bodies in here. Please let there be no bodies in here.
What's on this little thing right here? Is that
Are there any
vision screen?
Yeah, so
are there bodies in here?
Nah, this room is empty. It looks like just a normal office, much like the other. Like at a glance, you can't really tell who it belongs to. There's a couple of bookcases, like lining the walls, and then there's a computer, sitting at one of the desks in the corner. It is off currently. I was about to say closed, but that's like a totally Filipino thing to say. Oh, the electronics is closed.
Yep, the electronics is indeed closed.
Alright, start pulling random books.
Yeah,
Secret
so
tunnel.
It's off.
Secret tunnel.
Also, at this point, let me see here. I'm gonna need you all to make perception checks right now.
Uh-oh.
Wonderful.
Right now.
I love it.
That's not
Poor,
Perception.
poor.
Perception.
Good.
I
Or-
know nothing.
when I roll below average. The 14th billion time, it stops
Okay,
being
if I
special.
rolled high enough, what is my DC set for this?
I just got lightheaded for a second.
Oh no. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Just
Put a hat on.
no, literally nothing. I just felt weird for a second.
No, you're lightheaded, so make your head heavier. Put a hat on.
Okay. Oh no, it's getting too heavy. It's going towards my desk.
Oh, I can't help you there.
All right.
I hope
Crew.
that picked up. I did slam my head
That did
against my
pick
desk
up.
for the
That did.
joke.
Okay. That
True.
picked up. You did the bit.
Good.
Crew, you are the only one who hears this, and just barely. So aside from the humming of the emergency lights, they're emergency lights. The first thing that you notice is the almost complete and utter lack of noise. Given your surroundings, it's easy to forget you're stuck somewhere deep underground instead of just an empty office building in any old town or city. Whether the silence is unsettling or comforting, you're not sure. The abundance of rubble and the carpeted floors make it difficult to detect any kind of sound. But you're not sure of how or where, but you get the distinct impression that you're being watched. And you feel the temperature occasionally dip between warm and cold. And this is barely perceptible at the very edge of your hearing, but you hear it. There's a sound kind of reverberating across the walls that interrupts the dead silence. The sound of something heavy and metal being scraped up across the floor, and the thudding steps of something equally massive, metal, and heavy, pacing up and down what sounds like a distant hallway.
Crew whispers, and you all hear it. You all hear it in your earpieces, barely above a whisper. We're not alone here.
Sword's already drawn. It's been like that. We'll step out.
We're
I
not
can't
we're in no condition of fight right now.
We need to hide. I don't know what, but I hear heavy metal scraping against. I hear metal scraping against the ground and thudding.
Yeah, we're in no condition. Let's get farther away from it.
Can you try and look for where it's
yeah.
coming from?
Yeah.
Or
Can I what? It was barely perceptible, but could I figure a direction?
Oh yeah, it's coming from this way. South.
okay, so this door
Coming
was
from
already
south?
open when we walked down here. I didn't open it.
Yeah, that's already open. If you can see it, yeah, it's open.
I think it's a 50-50 shot that this very elaborate looking door has the monsters coming out of it. So
Which elaborate
does
looking
this
door?
the
Oh yeah.
this one.
the room that we're in, does it look lockable?
Yeah, it looks lockable.
All right, it's coming from the south. I think we should hole up in here for a bit. We can. The door can. This door's still working. We can lock it.
Yeah, let's hide for let's
He'll wait outside for everybody to get in.
Let's recuperate for a little bit.
Ash, get in.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And the door is locked.
Assumedly.
Well, I mean, what if he was able to figure out how to unlock it? I think it's safe assumption that he'd be able to figure out how to relock it.
And now we're stuck in here. We're gonna die. This is all your fault.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Moo Moo.
We have a security card though. You're fine.
Can I get some healing?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a while.
Yeah. let's start. I don't know. Should we start
alright,
resting a little bit?
So you guys decide to hide in the room, and yeah, crew, you lock the door and you double lock it like electronically. It is bolted. Nothing can get in without the key card or.
One
literally
second, I'm actually gonna look at my inventory real quick to see if I have anything that I could use to bar it. Ah, perfect. I have torches. Just actively barring the door if possible.
I mean, you have a bookshelf right
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna say you guys have
Oh,
like
bookshelf.
you have
Right, yeah.
bookshelves like right here.
Crew starts like trying to
Yeah.
move the bookshelf.
Oliver will just like move this entire ass bookshelf over here. I don't.
Okay, we'll see it.
I can make a check if you want me to. I think I got
No,
it.
like,
I'm
with,
pretty
with,
sure.
Like, two of you moving it, yeah, no, you don't need to check.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I can't move the bookcase, but yeah, this is barricaded now.
You can draw a little shape.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. I shall.
Scribble.
Where's the shape?
I'm just going to hope that I'm overreacting and not underreacting.
Alright, I guess
You are reacting.
I'm gonna start medicing Nate until he's full health. I'm gonna start.
Yeah. So while you guys
And I'm going to do the same thing, but for mate.
Yeah, so while you guys are doing that, you gradually hear scraping and the thudding footsteps echo along like the dark, long hallways. They're getting closer.
Understand.
Let's stay as quiet as possible.
And also, you can distinctly hear now that there is more than one set of those sounds.
Let's go, 24.
Hearing the footsteps, crew is just completely still. Even mate is like.
It's a robot. It's easy to be still.
Well, that's also the thing. Robot, fans, all that shit. Those are all off. Mate is barely running.
Yeah, you hear the footsteps getting closer and closer, and you can actually feel the rumbling in the hallway now. It's like maybe 30 or 40 feet away. And you can hear that there's multiple of whatever these things are.
Can we turn on our heat signature so we can see through the door?
I think they don't work through the concrete of the door.
This is concrete, so it won't work through that.
We'll work through the metal door though.
Yeah, through the metal door.
There's gonna be some interference, but like, yeah, no, like if it's metal and you're using the IR, you're gonna see your own reflections in the door.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I watch way too many ghost shows. I know how these work.
We can't see it. We can't see anything.
You can't see anything.
Damn.
You hear it, and you hear.
What about magic vision? What does that tell me?
So you switch to magic. Do you do that, Oliver?
Yep.
So you switch to your magic filter, and you don't see anything. At least not in your immediate vicinity. Nothing magical. But the footsteps are getting closer still. Thump, thump, scrape. Just like the screeching of metal as something is being dragged across the floor towards, in your direction. And then it stops right before the door. And
Of course it does.
there's silence for like several long, agonizing seconds.
/me snaps to grid.
And then it moves this way
Oh, okay.
for a minute. And you hear it stop. The rumbling stops. And then another couple of seconds. Stomp. 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 Back this way. And then like screeching and stomping noises echo back down the hall, and it disappears. As far as you know.
Okay. Can anyone tell what that was based off the sound?
No.
What do you think?
Actually, crew. Engineering lore.
Oh, it's a construct.
I keep forgetting what proficiencies are on here. Let's see.
Bebop boop.
Not bad.
All right, that's
Very good.
Crew, you've spent a significant portion of your life around machines. You know the sound of a machine when you hear one. And whatever this is, it is big. It is massive, probably taller than you guys, and weighs at least a couple 100 pounds.
Yeah, no, that's on track. That's probably a construct.
A big one of that.
More than one, probably.
And more than one.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay, so I take it we're resting for the night.
I mean, we probably should.
It's already 8 p.m. Checks phone. Looks at phone.
Oh yeah, crew checks
It's
his
8
phone.
PM.
How bad are the damages?
So all of your phones are damaged in some way. Like the screens are cracked, but the phones themselves are functional. However, none of you have a signal.
You can still record though.
That's- Yeah, I was about to say, is the camera still fine?
Oh God.
Yeah, it's fine. So
Okay.
mechanically, what I will say is so while your phones are still functional, certain functions will not be available. So the lookup function that none of you really used
Oh.
much in battle, you
Takes too
cannot
many
really,
actions for us.
yeah, so you can't really use them at least while you're down here. But you do well, you also have the capabilities of using it in combat. Like all your phones is because your errands kind of have a combat strategy or analysis like app or something. I think that's like the BS I'm coming up with. But
Just like a downloaded bestiary of like
yeah,
the
kind of
common
like a
things
downloaded
errands would fight.
bestiary. But for anything that would require an internet connection or a phone connection, so like looking up various bits of information, or things like that, that will not be available. You are kind of on your own in terms of knowledge and stuff, communication. So
You're telling me I can't look at my Whooper?
yeah. However,
I am
Crew.
actively Googling how to create a router.
So,
You
Crew.
can't Google it. You can't.
I am, not crew.
So, Crew. You rolled pretty high in your engineering. So, what I will say is that, weapons R&D is not your area of expertise. And actually, do you know that this is a weapons facility? Yet. I don't think Oliver or Doc have shown you the papers.
They showed that there are papers, but I haven't looked at the papers
so I'm
yet.
gonna withhold this information until you actually do look at them.
Okay.
I mean, this would be.
I think they're gonna be looked at now because we're just gonna start resting, and it's during that time that Crew would look at like the laptop that he took, the papers.
Wisp device.
Yeah.
So,
Start fixing up Mate, and then make the Wisp device usable.
Okay.
So glad that you're not recording. Holy shit.
So, I'll give you this information now then, since you're already, gonna be in the process of going through all that stuff. Alright, so, this is indeed a weapons, R&D facility, as is par for the course for Sheridan. Weapons R&D is not your area of expertise, Crew, but you kinda know your way around it because you're an engineer. That is like the shit you're most likely to be recruited for. Places like this are very secretive and very secure, so they're usually on their own private networks, but they tend to not have many connections to the outside, if at all, for security reasons. Because data breaches and whatnot.
Yeah, makes sense.
Especially for stuff that's supposed to be top secret, especially in regards to weapons. And going with what you have so far, there is still power running to this facility. So it's possible that there is a computer somewhere here connected to the facility network, but there may be multiple you don't know. If you can restore power, you might, or if you can restore or make use of that power, you might be able to find a way to get in contact with the outside. Because if there's one thing you know about like facilities like these, or at least R&D in general, there has to be some way of communicating with the outside. Otherwise, it's like really not inconvenient. It's very tedious. So in addition to like a paper trail, there has to be some kind of electronic connection somewhere to the outside. And if you can find that, you guys might be able to contact somebody.
I've played plenty of horror games that involve secret facilities, and every single one I've played, the power source is at the bottom floor.
How do you know I'm doing that? You don't know I'm doing that.
I'm just guessing, okay? I'm just
Don't worry, Crew has never played a horror game. Well, if places, how most of the places like these are, from what I heard, there should be, even with the emergency power, there should still be one computer at least somewhere that has some kind of connection. So if we don't find an exit, hopefully we'd be able to use that to make contact.
We're just gonna have to search around the whole place then, while avoiding the big things.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, we're gonna have to be looking around. I don't think we exactly have options. God, I hope we don't run into them again.
Well, you said that they sounded like constructs of some kind, yes?
Absolutely.
So it would be reasonable to assume that they're likely part of the security measures for this facility, yes?
Yeah.
What kind of room are we in right now? And what kind of console do we have access to at the moment?
That's a good question, Miss DM.
Actually, let me look at the map that I had. 1 second. I actually had a layout somewhere here.
Okay. While you are looking, I will be right back.
Smash buttons on table.
Actually, yes. Okay.
You know, while we're waiting, I'm gonna passively heal myself. Which I assume I'm just gonna be healing everyone.
If you guys want to take a break right now, feel free. While I'm looking at this.
Alright, I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
Yep.
But first, let me do one more. Okay, I make it. I'll heal myself a little bit.
I'm also gonna double check my notes again. I'm also gonna use the washroom. I will be right back.
Oh, yeah.
I'll heal myself one more time. Oh, there is. Okay. Now I'm a BRB.
I'm gonna go get water. I'll be right back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Man, I'm so glad I decided to have Crew be a normal person and not a Logan Paul YouTuber. There was a non-zero chance of me going in and taking pictures of the body. Well, no, in this universe there is 0 chances. If it was another me, though, chances are maybe higher.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What am I looking
Can I start passively healing the mate?
Yeah, go ahead. Feel free.
Alright. How does it? Wait. So do I still make the crafting checks?
Yeah, crafting checks.
Alright. I forgot that I make them with +1. Because of superb. I think that's a pass.
Yeah, that's a pass. The DC is I think 15.
Alright. So that's a success, which means I restore a total of 10. Alright, so I'm gonna need to do this again.
And the repair only takes like a minute, right?
Yeah, I have quick repair, so yeah, it
Yeah.
takes exactly 1 minute.
Yeah, so you can keep doing that for however long you need to until mate's back at full.
I mean, once mate's done, I'm gonna get to work on the wisp device.
Yep, that's fine. So yeah, you can just keep rolling the whatever healing that you get.
That's another 10 for that much. Mate is almost back up to full.
God, quick repair
That's
is-
a
yeah, that's a
that's, that's a crit, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was 1 heal away from max anyway. Alright. Still 15 to start fixing up the wisp device.
Okay.
So fixing the wisp device will take a little bit longer. That one won't really be affected by quick repair as much, but as opposed to taking like a couple of hours, you can actually do it in just a couple of minutes.
So it's affected by quick repair just the same because it's from 10 minutes to 1.
Yeah.
So a couple hours to a
Sure.
couple minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I'm a healer when else while
Yeah,
we're here.
because like I had assumed that it would. I totally forgot about quick repair because I had assumed that you'd be just repairing the wisp device over like taking like a rest for the night type of thing.
That is what I initially planned.
Yeah.
And that's also sort of why that's still sort of what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Crew's gonna be, while everyone else is going to sleep, Crew's gonna be staying up to fix him up. It's just the amount of time he stays up doesn't change. It changes a lot.
Yeah. So for repairing the wisp device, I had it like originally slated for like a couple of hours. Since you have quick repair, it'd take like maybe 20 or 30 minutes.
20-30 minutes each repair check.
No, just a single repair check, and it'll take like 20 or 30 minutes.
All right, let me roll that then. Ooh.
Well, it's not a check. It's just like a general repair thing. Like you're spending time to repair it. So yeah, it's not a check. It's just you're spending the time to repair it.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna heal Oliver a little bit more.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is okay. That did not work. It's fine. I'm gonna keep going for as long as it takes. Because we're just taking a little break. That still does not make it.
I'm
Hilarious.
back. And somehow you failed
Welcome back.
twice.
I have a high mod. It's how it is.
This dude sucks at healing.
Kaminos is gonna attend to himself as well.
Okay.
Can't help it. You're so.
What is wrong
Your
with
body's
you?
so weird.
Well, not today.
You take damage from that.
Me when I
That is
take
my
/1d8 damage.
that is my third one of the session.
Oof.
Yeah.
Better to get them
Roll
all out.
higher. Be better at
Just roll
rolling
better.
dice.
Just roll
Yeah,
better.
Roll better. It's so easy. It's so easy. Nobody understands though.
Just do it.
You want me to roll better? I'll use Rishi surgery then.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
just land heads on the coin flip every time.
It's fine. I'm not gonna do Rishi surgery on you.
Oh yeah, you have risky surgery. I forgot. All right, is everybody
Okay,
back?
there we go. There we go.
Ooh,
I am back.
that's definitely a heal.
Oh. That is a
Good
crit.
heal.
Okay. Lol.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Hilarious.
Well,
Okay, well,
Freaking hilarious.
6 HP moment. Let's go.
That is
That's some good
gross.
HP.
We're gonna be here for a while. No, we're not. You're fine.
Nope. Yeah, you're good.
Are you sure? You might roll a 4.
No.
You're good.
Okay, Nate next.
So, yeah, that takes like 4 hours casually.
Oh,
Uh,
no, it
Nate-
does not take
Nate,
4
get-
hours. It takes 40 minutes. It takes 40.
Nate, get
Okay,
rid of your
get up
wounded condition. You were already healed once, so
Yeah,
that's
take the wounded
gone.
condition off. Take the wounded.
get rid of it right now.
Get rid of your
Okay.
wounds.
I'm having trouble advancing the clock. Okay.
Crit.
I think that's a crit. Yeah.
Very nice.
For 11.
11. Yay.
How much does that heal you for? How much? Well, yeah, that's you're full now. Yay.
You're full now. That's my attack.
And then crew.
Anyway, I'll fix the time later. But let's.
I'm just loving the image of this. Aberrant fixing up Crew while Crew is actively working on fixing up either Mate or the Wisp device.
Yeah, this is
Conga
hilarious.
Yeah, the healing conga line. All right.
Oh yeah, something I forgot. Something I realized I should have said. When we were in the room and the constructs were moving by, Meta turned the light off, so we were in.
Yeah, I'm just.
You
I'm
could-
just
It's back
leaving,
on now, but you know, just in case.
Leave
Yeah.
darkness.
I'm just leaving the light on Mate for convenience sake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm dealing with like so much stuff right now.
I'm tempted to do something funny.
Crew, are you
Just
working
because
on,
it's
are you working on the Wisp device right now?
I would say like yeah, I would say at this point, yeah.
Okay. Let me find my the music. Change it up a little bit because something happens right now.
Something happens.
Ooh.
Oh bueno.
Mucho bueno.
Yeah, there's a small thing I want to do before he repairs it, though.
You're gonna stab me.
Yes.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what about it? You got a problem with that?
Yeah.
No, it's just a slip of the hand, you know. Just
Oops.
oops.
So the autopsy says there were 37 stab wounds. Yeah, I slipped for a couple of times.
Yeah, I slipped a few
Don't
times.
you hate it when you sneeze?
Don't you hate it when you sneeze while performing surgery? Don't you hate it?
I actually what? Oh god, imagine being the surgeon who like doesn't feel the sneeze coming up.
Yeah, imagine being the fucking person being operated on, the surgeon fucking just
Jesus.
That's not.
I mean,
a-
at least if they're the one being operated on, they're not gonna feel it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they would like to not have that happen.
Hey, listen, if they didn't want it to happen, they should have woke up and covered the doctor's nose.
Okay, Crew. If you're working on the Wisp summoning array right now, something happens while you're working. No, you set to work on repairing the summoning array. As bruised and as battered as you are, focusing on the work helps distract you from the pain and, quite honestly, the direness of the situation you find yourself in.
This is far from the first time Crew used repairs to distract himself from stress. Previously, it was like essays and finals, but you know, same thing.
Just concentrate on trying to figure out which pieces go where. You hear something in the distance, faintly
Oh, you're
at
using this
first,
music.
but growing in intensity. Tick, tock, tick, tock.
Oh no, it's it's a walking clock. Oh shit.
Wait a minute. Oh, fuck.
I know, the walking clock is terrible.
Do you
God damn it, the secret boss.
do you react to it at all, Brew?
As distracting as the work is, this is definitely a Crew's absolutely on edge. A sound like that just sort of appearing out of nowhere. Crew absolutely starts like looking around, trying to see if he can figure out where it's coming from.
So
Is everything all right?
Crew actually, give me a second. Just be quiet, please.
Ooh.
the noise continues through. Tick, tock, tick, tock. And as far as you can tell, you are the only one who hears this. Nobody else does.
It's sorry. It's probably nothing. Stress might just be getting to me.
I wouldn't write it off that easily.
Well, after this, you should probably just wait a little longer. You can get some rest.
No. Let me just finish up here, real quick. I'm almost done anyway.
Ticking,
And he gets
the
back to
ticking-
work.
Ticking goes on. Tick, tock, tick, tock. It stops. The air around you shifts suddenly. Breath almost used to freeze. Grows. Time slows and then seems to stop entirely. And everyone is frozen in place except
Crew
This motherfucker a master of time.
Crew. Is mate also paused?
yeah, fate is also paused. Like everyone around you, they don't move, they don't blink. You can't even hear the whirring or beeping of mechanisms. And you blink once, and suddenly your surroundings are somewhere else entirely. Gone is the dark, lonely office, and around you is a complex network of gears and pistons of some vast machine, tugging away at some task or another. Beyond it, you see a curtain of twinkling stars amidst the swirling sea of blue and purple. You recognize the constellations of Misgard's sky, a comfortingly familiar sight that feels strange and foreign to you in this moment. You blink again, the empty space around you, you suddenly see 3 figures seated in a circle around you, their hazy forms towering over you like giants above an ant. 3 pairs of eyes stare down at you, assessing, judging, their gazes radiating with a power you've never felt before in your entire life. Power you could never in your wildest dreams fathom. On one side of you is a woman with a serene face, shrouded with a billowing cloak of light as she sits within an ethereal throne. On another side, a titan of metal and stone, resembling a carved statue, sits upon an anvil, a hammer resting near its feet. And completing the triangle is a regal being crafted entirely of metal, built like a king, complete with a crown of moving gears, sitting upon a throne resembling an intricate clock. Do you react in any way, Crew?
I'm going to assume that Crew recognizes these three.
Mm-hmm, he does, indeed. You know who these beings are, even if you've only heard of them in fairy tales or from stories and the ramblings of clerics. The first is Origin, the mother of creation and goddess of the Triad. The second is Or, the fabricator, god of metal and created things. And the last is the Clockwork King, lord of iron and ruler of the Iron Court of the Feywilds. Although they stare at you, they do not speak to you directly, but you hear something, like a stray thought popping into your head that you know you didn't come up with yourself. For whose sake does one seeketh to claim the blessings of a builder? Oneself? A second train of thought follows the first. The world? A third rumbles in your head. Or that of your creations?
I don't think it's right for me to decide if it's proper for mate to be sentient or not. They should be able to decide for themselves.
They continue to stare at you, and their scrutiny only grows more intense. One does not need to answer the question right away, but it is one of many questions that one must answer in due time. Many bright minds seek to become a builder, but do you understand the weight of what it is they seek? And so we watch. We watch all those with such promise and see if they are worthy enough to receive such a blessing. It is not enough to receive the approval of one. One must receive the approval of all. Only then will one be considered worthy.
Oh. Then I will strive to do so.
Don't receive a response. They simply stare for several long, agonizing moments. Then the floor vanishes beneath you suddenly. You find yourself falling. You blink once more and you're back where you were. Or maybe you never left to begin with. Everything seems just as it was a second ago. Most people go their entire lives without ever seeing a Fey Lord, or hearing the voice of a god. True, you've experienced just that. And not one, but three. And it's only now you truly understand. If you want to become a builder and be able to create true artificial life, 3 is how many you're going to impress. You have a lot to prove, if you want to prove you're worthy of being remembered. And now you know for sure they're watching, and they're watching you closely. And time resumes.
Creepy.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I explained to you before, Bert, of how to achieve Prue's goals. Well, if I didn't explain so before, I will explain it now.
I believe you have, but for the viewers at home,
awful good timing. Hey, we're in the middle of a death trap dungeon. Here's time for literal epiphanies from God. Have fun.
Hey,
So-
not God. God's plural.
So,
And God singular, because he talked to the fucking creator God. Like, holy shit.
so, there is a difference between sentience and sapience. Sentience is something that all things with some level of cognition have. This is like insects, animals, and people. Sapience is what separates higher functioning creatures from everything else. Sapient is what humans are. And that's...
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, so sapience is perception and being able to feel things sense things and perceive. Sapience is wisdom, intelligence, being able to accumulate knowledge, express creativity, being able to grow and evolve. That is the difference between the two. And I'm assuming crew wants the latter. Sapience.
Yeah,
right?
no, it is sapience. Yeah, I straight up didn't know about that word.
Yeah,
So
that's the difference. So, just as Isaac Asimov has his 3 laws of robotics, a lot of things revolving artificial life in Mist Art operate in rules of 3. Much like, well, in the spiritual sense, people need 3 things. Artificial life also needs 3 things: a form, power or energy, and a mind. And each of the 3 godlike beings that crew has just encountered presides over one of the 3. And in order to earn their favor and receive their blessing to become a builder, which is a person capable of creating true artificial life, you must act according to their principles and show them that you understand what it means to give something life. So, Origin. This is one of the creator gods, the god of the Triad. She is the mother of creation, and her principles are as follows. To build things is to serve a purpose higher than oneself. An active mind should have active hands. Oh
Isn't
no,
that
wait,
Orange,
that's Or.
tenants?
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I did a brain fart. Okay, so Origin's principles
I
are.
have all the tenants in front of me,
Yeah,
so
I pasted you those, but for everybody at home, Origin, her principles are as follows. Everything begins with an idea. Creativity should be allowed to grow and flourish once it has taken root. The greatest tragedy is to let an idea die or not see it through to completion. Ideas are meant to be shared, not hoarded, but the greatest crime is to claim the idea of another as your own. All things have a beginning and an end, but something cannot be born from nothing. And then Or is the fabricator, the god of metal and created things. His principles are as follows. To build things is to serve a purpose higher than oneself. An active mind should have active hands. A poor craftsman blames their tools. Work should be challenging and fulfilling. And finally, all things wrought by another's hand should be treated with respect. And then the last one, technically he's a Fey Lord, not a god, but the Clockwork King is often revered as one and is one of the entities that can be worshipped by a cleric. So the Clockwork King's principles are as follows. Order is life. All things have their time and place. Freedom and autonomy are of great importance. The ability to make one's own destiny is not to be overlooked. Seize it at every opportunity. One should be proud of their work. Do not hide it or let it fade into obscurity. One should always be improving, lest they quickly grow obsolete. And finally, always look forward towards progress rather than dwelling on the failures of the past. So, crew, if you want to become a builder and be able to create like true artificial life and give mates and any other things that create sapience, you need to prove that you understand these principles and what it means to bestow life onto something. Because that's a big deal.
yeah.
Alrighty. So, yeah, you may continue. I'm gonna...
All of you see as Brew just completely, for lack of a better word, stops. Just completely like unmoving, barely blinking, barely breathing. It's almost as though he's like, it's almost as though the body is there, but the spirit has just fucked off.
Are you
His spirit eyes. Nah, it's still there.
are you okay? You're not moving.
Oh, Sorry. I I that isn't me not coming up with words. That's crew not being able to like, just barely being able to speak. Cause you know, that's a fucking lot for someone.
Crew just kind of blue screen of death there for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, literally, crew is blue screening right now.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna risk surgery you. Take 1d8 damage and just snap you back into reality. Just snap you back.
Oh my god.
Snap back to real.
Roll damage. easy.
Ooh, nice.
Oof,
Oh,
that
oh,
is.
nice.
Ow! Fuck!
It's fucked.
Fuck.
Oops.
Oh my god. What the?
You need to focus more, okay? Now just let me do my work.
I'm just imagining the doc sticking him with a needle or something.
Hey, pay attention.
Yeah, but then I get to add more circumstance bonuses to this roll, and that still didn't make it.
Oh my
Please
god.
tell me you have a
dude.
hero point.
I do have a hero point. I'm using it. It's worth it. There we go. Crit success. Easy.
Yeah.
For 23 hit points.
Alright, yeah, that puts me back up to full. But
And because of that little injury, I want to take a sample.
Give me that.
Oh, yeah.
He just takes it and slyly just puts it in a little like bag and just slips in his pockets.
is it okay if I ask for a stealth check considering we're in a very small
You're in a
room?
very small room, yeah.
Yeah,
Do a stealth check, Doc.
that's fine.
I'm not gonna roll for crew because I'm gonna say after that he started to get back to work on repairing, but I'm gonna roll for mate.
Well, you wouldn't
Indeed.
be rolling, it would be the passive perception use that he'll have.
Perception, which that probably makes anyways.
Yeah,
I don't have to roll for that.
there is no roll. Yeah, we all.
I think we all
see
would
it.
make that by default.
Yeah, but it depends on if you want to just ask about it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ignore it because you know he's weird.
Yeah, I'm going to roll that crew doesn't see it because distracted. Just.
Oliver won't care that much. Oh, he doesn't really care.
Nah, if he
Right
gets in
now-
front of us, maybe. But you know.
Yeah, right now there's more important things than somebody being weird and keeping little skin samples.
I mean, yeah, you know the doc is weird already. So, like this.
I mean, there's all kinds of assumptions you can make. Like he could have like taken out a piece of debris. Who knows?
And kept it.
This is mine
Yeah.
now.
He's gotta make sure like he knows the bacteria in it.
I like
Yeah.
this pebble.
This
Like
one's
it.
I mean-
special.
And
It's just tiny pebbles.
he like pulls out a piece of like crystal out of you, you know.
There's a tiny piece of
flesh
crystal.
on it.
It's a tiny piece
Crystal.
of
Mm.
cocaine.
The only person with who's not at full is Kumainos.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
but he's very stubborn about me healing him.
Don't touch me.
If we pour anything on him, he'll die.
All right, so crew, do you continue working on the array, finish the repairs, or are you still kind of out of it?
Especially after that 8 damage worth of snapback to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Yeah. Crew just like gets to work, but he definitely works a good bit slower. Like a noticeable amount of slower. Like quick repair is still in effect, of course, but like
it'll
you know,
still only take like 20 minutes. to finish the
Yeah,
repairs.
like otherwise it would have taken like 5-10 minutes. It takes almost half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And
Well-
while that's yeah.
Oh yeah, no, DJ, if you're gonna do something, go ahead.
Yeah, but while all that's happening, I'm just gonna take out all the top secret documents and just start reading them passively.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Specifically looking at all the Joker project stuff.
Okay. So. All right. So, Doc, a lot of what you find that's not redacted anyway, at least, the papers that you find that reference a top secret project known as Project Joker, you feel like it's familiar somehow. And you're not entirely sure why, but you're fairly sure it has to do with a certain marking you have. Because, yeah, all you're finding in the papers is reference to some sort of experiment that they were doing down in the laboratory area. And the most recent mention that you can find to Project Joker is a single document that outlines, best you can tell, the way they're describing it, a new air quotes new model. That it's an improvement over the previous one. And the previous one being, what's the number? I believe the serial number is 24-J0K3R. So the next one would have been 25-J0K3R.
There's no way this isn't connected. And I'm gonna pursue a lead on that.
Okay, very well.
On anything related to these top secret documents.
All right. Yeah. Very well. I will make a note of that. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I guess that's it until we wait for crew to finish what he's doing.
All right.
I mean, there is this, which I don't think was investigated yet.
Yeah,
The
where the
computer.
screen is. The screen.
The computer? So the computer is off. Like, it's not out of power, it's just off. And as far as you can tell, it is still plugged into an outlet, and you could probably just, turn it on, see if it's still working.
You know what? Why not? I'm gonna hit the power button to see if it does turn on.
The screen flickers to life, and brings you to a login screen.
Well, I can't do anything with that.
So, if you want to kind of code break it, so this would be either a thievery check or engineering lore from crew.
So this computer over here works.
Or
But-
anything that involves intelligence as well. So probably, I want to say yeah, I'd make it a crafting. So like thievery or crafting is yeah, those would be relevant.
This
What are you
computer here is
doing?
active. This computer here is active, but it has a login. Do you know of any login bypass methods?
Have you tried 0001?
No.
Oh, try password 123. That's the most common one.
Password 123.
Try it. I guess if
So-
you want to.
Roll a thievery check with password
So-
123.
Are you like aiding or whatever? Because don't forget the aid action exists. So if you're like helping or offering help, essentially what happens is you make the roll of whatever ability or skill you're using, and
Mhm.
depending on the DC, it will add to whoever's making the main check.
Okay.
Just make sure it doesn't have to be the same role. So like
Yeah.
since he's probably going to be doing thievery.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be the same roll either. Yeah, no, just
All
you
right,
know,
if that's the case, then yeah, I'll do an engineering lore.
I mean, I could aid him with thievery, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to aid with
Yeah, I'll aid.
engineering.
That probably does not make it. That probably does
I
not.
think that makes it.
yeah, no, yeah, that makes it. Crew's got it. So, Ash, you have a total of I believe 23. So yeah, that definitely makes it. So, I'm assuming Crew knows some level of programming because he created Mate that requires some programming.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's essentially what happens. So Ash is sitting at the computer, and Crew is instructing him like what kind of code to type in to bypass the security measures because Crew is unusually good at hacking stuff. And just from like the way Ash's fingers fly over the keyboard, you can kind of guess that Ash has some experience doing this as well. And yeah, you're logged into the computer.
Okay, what do we see?
A lot of it's very boring stuff. Some of it seems to be code. A lot of it is administrative stuff. So
Very
employee.
important question. Is it connected to internet?
No, it is not. This is part of
Damn.
the internal network. This one's not external. As far as you can tell, what does my map say here? Yeah, this is just a normal administrative office. Like kind of like HR sort of thing. So, employee details, payroll, that sort of thing. It's very mundane, at least on this computer, on its local storage.
Out of character, I'd check payroll.
What? What was that?
Out of character, I would check payroll.
You want to check the payroll?
Yeah.
That way we can actually find out who worked here.
That's not even like also how much
Or
they
we
would
change-
make and see if it's like a big fucking deal or not.
Yeah, we can do that. You
All right,
understand
so
what we're making here?
so
Hey,
you're
maybe
looking
the
at
guy's
payroll.
still logged into his PayPal.
Yeah.
All right, so you're looking at payroll, and the list of employees for this kind of facility, it's not very big. There's maybe like 200 or 300 employees in total working. And it runs the gamut of like coders, general staff. Um, a lot of it's very mundane things. But closer to where, and like their salaries are like average office worker salary, that sort of thing. It's nothing particularly impressive. Um, but towards the bottom of the list, you see some monetary figures that are significantly higher, like almost double or triple of what the other employees are making. These are all scientists, and a lot of them you're seeing, like just going over the files, like you're seeing a lot of master's degrees, PhDs, things like that, and a lot of them are. It's a strange mix of sciences. You'll have like engineers, like both electrical and mechanical, which you'd expect for a lot of weapons development stuff. But you see a couple that are unusual and out of place. You'll see a couple of um, some of the more that are magically inclined, and have studied at prestigious magical academies across Midgard. And then there's a few that are actual medical doctors. Not many, but a few. So it's a weird mix. So whatever they were working on here was not purely technological in nature. What other information did you guys want to know?
Cominus is watching the screen as they're going through it. While they scroll through that list of like payroll, do any names stand out?
Hmm.
Actually, yeah, do any names stick out on Crew's end? Because he'd be
Oh,
glancing
yeah.
over too.
So yeah, Crew would know if any of the names were prominent. So give me a minute to think about this, because this is something I did not plan for.
Okay. Yep.
So I need to think.
Not gonna lie, I was thinking this. I was going into this thinking it would be an excuse for me to use my influencer lore.
No,
You're trying to log into your
influencer
review
lore
report.
wouldn't really help here.
Ooh,
I'd be a little
Hey,
surprised
maybe
if
some
he's
of these
top
guys
secret
have a
scientist.
YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
top secret scientist.
On
Hey,
today's Let's Play.
All
It's a
right,
side
so
gig.
Crew, you notice a couple of the more technologically inclined scientists on the list. You recognize the names of some pretty prestigious like engineering academies, including your own. You don't know these people specifically, but you know the school, because Stahlberg has quite a few engineering universities, and there's a couple from Romulus as well. In terms of medical doctors, actually, let's go with the magical people. So the magical people, most of them are from Albion. You don't recognize really any prominent names. Although there are a few that seem like they would be from some they seem like they'd be from like rather high-ranking noble magical families, because in Albion they're a former magocracy, so magic means like higher standing there. And the remnants of the nobility from Albion, you know, they get involved in stuff, and like they've always been a little sketchy. The medical doctors, no huge names in Huminos. You don't recognize any on that list.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the payroll goes, all you really see is like a breakdown by department, and like their salaries, nothing more, and also names. But
How about M. Smith?
M. Smith.
Smith.
What's his full name?
M. Smith,
Or their
yeah.
full name?
Let's see. So, yeah, the full name is very mundane. So you do find an M. Smith. Weirdly enough, you only find one. And what was the office? Yeah, so you found that wasn't in the supervisor's office. You found that in the office down
Below,
here.
yeah.
office below
Yeah. Okay.
in the bloody room.
So that one, the job title says data analyst, and the full name is Michael Smith.
Okay.
Very,
Yeah.
very boring and mundane.
Is there a list of supervisors though?
Let me see here.
That's my favorite name for an elf.
Michael Analyst? Or Michael Smith?
Yeah.
That's not the elven guy that was in the
Awesome.
supervisor's
Yeah,
office.
that's not the elven guy. That's not the elf.
Let's see here.
It's gonna be like Igador or some shit.
So,
Let's get Elven then.
I can actually give you the
I mean, I'd assume there'd be like room numbers and stuff, but I don't know if it'd be on there.
yeah, so I will tell you that there are a couple of supervisors on the list. There's two main ones for the offices. And then there's a couple of others. They're a little bit higher in administration. Like less than a dozen total for like management.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or at least middle management. There's not very many.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't list their offices. However, if you go through the computer files a little bit more, I can actually show you this.
Just to be clear, there is like no recognizable names whatsoever for anybody.
No recognizable names whatsoever.
Hmm.
All right.
I have pasted it in campaign. No, Mike.
A layout map.
Mhm.
Okay. This is good.
So this is the. Actually, I'll pull it up.
Okay, I can see where we are. Yep.
So, going through. I opened it in the wrong window.
Nice.
Eh. Open. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. So this is a layout, of the first floor or the main floor of wherever the hell you are. And from what you can tell, it's kind of meant to be like an evacuation plan type sort of thing.
Mhm.
So you see the emergency exit and main entrance clearly marked. And yeah, there you go.
All right. I guess if we go to the security office, we can check cameras.
Yep.
So that's very fancy door was actually a security checkpoint. Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Two probably the lower floors.
Rob.
Then there's the cafeteria. We can check
And
It
those
did say
food
labs.
in there.
and those doors are probably super heavily locked.
I mean, I could probably open them. I'm kind of strong. I don't know if you know that.
The
but
security office probably has the keys to them.
yeah.
Okay, do you want to make your way to the security room? Or do you want
Yeah,
to
I
check
guess you will.
food?
But there's also the,
I
there's also
think
the
I have
atrium.
food, so I'm not worried.
There's also the atrium though, and it's a big room. There might be a lot of
We
stuff.
have
there.
a week's worth of rations in our backpacks each. So.
Yeah. I don't know if we trust the cafeteria food though.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. So I guess we'll move this to the side again and get our, on our way.
Well, is Cruz
Oh.
thing done yet? Cruz.
Yeah, crew of you.
I think by this point it'd be done. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, at this point, you managed to slot in like the last of the elemental crystals into the array. You actually have taken your time a little bit to try and round them off a little instead of just like ramming them in. You're showing a little bit of extra care with this.
Yeah.
So yeah, after you've set all of the shards, you can kind of feel a pulse of magical energy as the array becomes active. So, whenever you want to, you may summon a wisp.
Right.
Let's summon a
And-
friend.
Not yet, please don't. I'm begging you.
I
Last
mean,
thing
I
we
don't think,
need.
I don't think
Friendship.
it's a cooldown.
Friendship.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's have a scouting
Well,
friend. Is
Well,
one of them
first,
scout?
just to see if there is a cooldown, I'm gonna need to have the fixed one in my inventory.
Actually,
Oh, yeah, true.
how long have you guys been awake for so far? Because, I believe fatigue sets in after 16 hours.
I can't
guys-
remember how long.
Yeah, you guys
I
have been
think
active.
it's
for-
Yeah, 16 hours is
yeah,
right.
you guys have been active for 12. Because I remember when we started, it was like around 8 or 9, so like about 12 or 13 hours. Actually, this is actually
Probably the best choice would be to go
Actually,
to the security checkpoint, come
I
back
think
if there's any.
I think you're actually closer to 14 hours because I cannot adjust the time on this properly. It's closer to 10, not 9.
Yeah, we're close to getting fatigued
Yeah.
because.
Yeah, I want to take a nap.
We go sleep. Go bed.
I mean, it
Yeah.
depends where you want to sleep. I mean, in here it's pretty safe.
Is
I mean, yes, this is probably the best spot to do it.
because like the
Face
only person who really needs to rest, I think, is Huminos to regen spell slots. The rest
And
of
to
you
get
are
rid of that curse.
probably fine.
And to get rid of that curse.
Oh yeah, and to
Water.
get rid of that curse. Yeah, so it is.
Yes.
What are spell slots? Never heard of them.
It is up to you guys whether or not you want to rest.
I think starting tomorrow, we probably want to. We're gonna start counting our food and rations, right?
Yeah, starting in the next
Yeah.
day.
Well, I have 3 days worth of food, so
I mean,
or 3 days worth of a water skin. So
I wouldn't really start getting worried unless like you end up somehow stuck there for more than a week. But
yeah. Well,
yeah.
water is what we got to worry about.
Water
Because
is
I
what
only
you
have 3
gotta
days
worry
worth.
about.
Don't worry, guys. I needed a Brita filter. I have a water purifier.
You do not have a water purifier.
I have a water purifier.
Post it in chat right now. Fuck
He
you,
does.
dude.
He does.
Okay.
Anyway,
I
Oh
needed
shit.
my
Do you have a
my
level 1
Brita
filter,
filter fucking
bitch?
broke. I needed a new one.
Do you have a water? Do you have a water filter? A level 1 filter?
Water
What?
filter.
Alright, so what are you guys doing right now?
Sleep.
I'm
Okay.
taking a nap.
Okay.
A good long nap on this bookshelf.
Alright, so, you might notice, this entire time that Ash has been in your proximity, you sense something a little different. Like in the
Hmm?
energy around him. Like, you know, ever since, whatever he did back in the bigger office, air feels a little weird.
Good to know. Kaminos at this point is just like, all y'all are fucking weird.
Says the weirdo with the mask.
Yeah,
You're
you're
the
weird
weirdo
too.
with the mask.
And like the weird tattoos now.
Yep.
Yeah, you got weird primal symbols on you.
You're weird. You.
You're the weirdo.
Alright, so, alright, you guys are all taking a rest? Rest for the night?
Are we
Doing
doing
good
watches?
Yeah, I
we
was
should
gonna
do
ask
I'm
you.
going to say that a crew is going to take a first watch. Just
Oh, hold on.
physically
Wait,
incapable
can mate
of
stay
falling
up the
asleep.
entire night?
Just plug into the wall.
Yeah, just plug it into the wall
Mate is immune to the fatigue condition.
Hold on.
so he can watch for
I
us.
I
Great.
I think Mate
think
is
they
going to
can
be up the
watch.
whole time.
I'm
I mean,
pretty sure they can stay up the
I mean, if crew wants to watch, I'm gonna give them the top secret documents.
I mean,
So yeah, we can just have mate watch.
I mean, I would personally prefer if one of us alongside Mate is up.
It's fine. Mate can like stab you awake.
There's only one entrance. We'll know if someone comes in.
True.
Unless there's the ghost.
Ghost. Ghost.
I
You
mean,
know,
at
okay.
the same time,
Machines don't have souls, at least not yet. So I don't think he'll be able to see ghosts. So if we're all asleep, we'll be fine. Yeah,
We're going to
basically.
bed. You go to bed.
Skynet hasn't happened yet.
All right.
and also, you know, my line of thinking is if something happens that we can't see but be heard, Mate is not exactly the best at describing stuff
Mate
yet.
can hear things. Okay.
Hearing is not the problem, it's
Okay, but
describing.
he can like record audio? Surely. Well, not an entire night, but
Alright,
Yeah, just
so
casually record us sleeping. Easy.
so you guys are gonna rest, but you're not gonna set up a watch?
I'm still going to say
We're
that
having-
crew would take what
Guys, I-
effectively first watch would be.
I bet you
purely
$5
due to
billion
the-
it'll be fine.
Oh no,
No.
I'm saying I'm doing this
What?
for RP because crew would not be able to go to sleep after
Oh my
you know
the
what
rookie.
happened with them like
and don't go to
an
sleep.
hour
baby.
ago.
You wouldn't be able to sleep right away, I guess.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
which is why I'm taking what would effectively be first watch.
Yep, alright, so crew also there like Mate will be out for the entire watch, but crew will be out for like the first like couple of hours.
Hey, yeah, just for posterity's sake, I gave you the documents. You want to read over them?
Yeah. Right. During the watch, the crew will be doing that too. Yeah.
Oliver is going to take off his armor because otherwise it's not comfortable to sleep in.
It's also smelly.
Yeah,
It's
it's covered
maybe-
in corpse juice.
Yeah, put it over here. Then he's going to turn his take some books off a shelf, make him into like a sort of hard pillow, and then turn his scarf around, make that into a blanket.
Wow.
And that's how he's going to sleep tonight.
How fucking big is your scarf?
It's big, it's long.
Yeah, look at it.
Like if you look at
Sleep
his
time.
art,
It's part of the winter collection.
Oliver's scarf.
That's a cape.
No,
Yeah, that's a cape.
Yeah, it's
It's a
practically
scarf.
a cape.
It's
It's
That's a
torn
scape.
though. It's
Escape.
It's technically a scarf. It's technically a scarf. It's a scarf.
Alright, so, alright, so if you're all going to sleep, so I guess,
Bedtime.
Crew, do you, do anything at all during, the time you're awake on watch?
Yeah, looking over the papers that that the doc gave to him, and also just like looking around at like the books here, if any of them like stand out.
Alright, Doc, did you give Crew the, like, including the ones with, references to Project Joker?
I gave him everything.
Everything? Alright. So Crew, pretty much everything that I described earlier, like, hang on, I have things. Aww. God, I had it right here in front of me and I can't find it. Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Try looking to your left.
Anyway, yeah, so, Crew, so some of the stuff that you discover while going through notes, a lot of them are, yeah, a lot of memos, the most recent ones coming from the 24th of Midsummer of this year, 2019, so like 2 months ago. And yeah, a lot of the information that you find is very dry and dense. Again, weapons R&D is not your area of expertise, but somewhat adjacent. And a lot of it is equations, calculations.
Ooh, equations, you say?
Yeah, equations, calculations.
Where is my feed?
Numbers.
I for numbers.
Yep.
Okay. So, Crew. Because you are, like, no other way to phrase it, you're a really big fucking nerd. Like, skimming over
Nerd.
the papers and, all of the data that you're able to find, yeah, like, what you're finding, they're not, whatever this place was, they weren't working on developing weapons of mass destruction, like warheads or, anything like that. It doesn't even seem like, they were creating anything like small arms from the looks of it, so, they weren't developing guns or missiles or tanks or anything like that, like, as far as you'd know, for military contracts. What you can tell, what they were developing and researching, how do I describe it? It's a strange blend of magitech and biological. And, like, not necessarily integrated into the same things, like they're separate streams, the stuff that they were working on here. But from what you can tell and from the data output, what you're finding that they were trying to develop, it seems like it'd be roughly person-sized. Although what exactly that they were trying to develop, it's hard to figure out. But in reference to Project Joker, which comes up in a couple of documents, yeah, whatever they were building was humanoid-sized. Although, what exactly that could be, you're not sure. There's a lot of things that it could be.
I got a suspicion or two.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Those aren't person-sized, those are like massive.
Yeah, person-sized
I
components. Close
will say
enough.
though, anything that you think Crew thinks it might be, yeah, that's definitely up there. Is
Stuff I didn't get myself into.
anything else that you'd like to look into?
Well, and aside from the books that Oliver just haphazardly threw onto the ground and stomped all over, do any of them like seem like they could contain anything useful, or
A lot of what you can see, like there's a lot of books and folders. The folders appear to contain a lot of signed forms, mostly NDAs, which are non-disclosure agreements. Any other papers or files that would be in here is redacted or blacked out, so you can't even read those. The
blacked out with what?
just ink, I guess. I don't know how you redact like sensitive documents.
You just have it crossed out, basically.
Yeah, you just have it crossed out with, like a marker, so they're not readable.
Maybe a special marker though.
I mean,
Technically speaking, if it's not redacted like very thoroughly, you can like put it up to light and like look
oh
through,
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
the
Yeah,
side and shit.
yeah, Cole's got it right. If it's not redacted properly, you can still kind of read it if you put it up to light.
Yeah, Crew is going to be doing exactly that, using, Mate's light.
Alright.
If it's good enough.
Like,
if it's good.
just taking a page and putting it, like, right next to him.
So, Crew, perception. Roll me a perception.
Alright.
What was that?
What the fuck? Someone fucking...
Ow.
Could I convince you to let me have Mate roll
It was not me.
too, because he would also be seeing
follow
the
your
paper.
I'll let you roll for Mate too. Go for it.
That was
Didn't
probably
matter.
Nate.
Yeah. Okay.
was me.
So these
Nate,
documents, as far as you can tell, are they're pretty thoroughly blacked out. But in this dim lighting, you can't really tell. Like, well, okay, you're using Mate's lighting. Yeah. You can't really read it. Not,
But I can see that there is something there.
There might be, but it's redacted enough that you'd really, really have to squint and put a lot of effort into reading it.
Anyway, after trying that for like a good moment, which I just found out it's 90 seconds, Crew's just going to like put the books in his bag and just I'll figure him out later.
Yeah, a lot of the books that you found and kind of picked up, they're mainly engineering, a lot of stuff, but there's also a couple of things that are like more magical geared, I guess. Yeah. But if there's anything interesting here, you're not finding it. It's all really dry and dull.
Alright.
Alright, is anyone else doing anything at the moment?
As far as I know, we're sleeping until Crew wakes someone up.
Snoring.
Okay.
I'm going to fucking bed.
Alright, so, let's see here.
Unfortunately, as watches were not determined, Crew is too socially anxious to wake anyone up.
Good, because you.
Oh no.
Okay.
Maybe Mate will wake one up. Maybe.
Alright.
Yeah, so
Keep an eye out, alright, Mate?
Mate beeps and boops at you.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Just set an alarm on Mate. There you go.
And he kind of moves into essentially what's sentry mode. Yeah. Alright, so while the rest of you are trying to sleep, which is difficult kind of given your situation, Oliver, sleep doesn't always come easy.
No, it doesn't.
Most of the time it's fine, but when it isn't, that's when the nightmares come. You're not sure of what they are or what they mean most of the time. A lot of it is just disjointed images, sounds, and voices. And although they often feel random, they always feel important this time is no different. You're standing in the middle of a snowy glade, the frigid winter air dripping at your skin. You smell smoke in the air, and you can even feel the heat of flames, though you're not sure of where it's coming from. You hear screams, shouts, voices you don't recognize. There's one that sticks out in your mind, though you're not sure why. Ah, come now, Oliver. Don't be scared now. Don't you want to make me happy? Do what you were always meant to do? I'm gonna need you to make me a will save.
Oh, son of a bitch, I'm asleep.
Oh no.
I'm not
Oof.
asleep. I'm very
Okay.
Nice.
Alright. 25.
Imagine if that's a crit. Probably not. But that would be funny.
Nice. Psych, you don't make it.
Oh shit, it's a DC 30, my bad. Ah damn.
Unfortunate.
Things happen.
I have to check right here. Hang on. My computer's Hmm.
Guys, I think I'm gonna die.
It's alright.
Just don't die.
We
Eh,
all are.
It might be worse.
Guys, I don't feel so good.
Just don't die.
You're
It
full
might be
health.
worse.
You'll be alright.
Yeah,
No.
I'm full health. 3 billion mental damage.
Hmm.
I think something else is happening though.
Has a stroke.
My health bar though, that's looking good.
Sorry, no, I'm thinking about something here.
Still in the green.
You're greenish.
You're green.
Alright,
We're all a little green.
So, as compelling as the voice is, you manage to resist it. And for a moment, your vision goes hazy. You see someone on the ground in front of you, little more than a blob of color amidst a field of wheat. And you hear another voice, begging, pleading. It sounds so very familiar. You can't quite make out what's being said, but you're an experienced enough warrior to know it's someone begging for their life. And although their pleas fall on deaf ears, you pause. And the blade rests in your hands. You can't help but stare at it, unsure of what to do. Do you react in any way, all over?
So, let me get this right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a snowy field.
Mm-hmm.
There's a person in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and I gain the upper hand. Or is that person dying as a direct cause of me?
They don't seem injured. They're in front of you. And they seem to be hmm. Hmm. Like are you asking if you're the cause of it?
Are they dying, and is that because of me?
They are not dying, as far as you can tell. Like it's a big hazy blob, but they don't seem injured. You can't make out details. But as for the exact situation, you can't tell. You're not sure. do you do?
I stare.
You can do it, Anakin.
I stare.
Alright, you hear the voice again. What are you waiting for?
He just starts to like. He just shakes his head slowly with a almost deadpan, kind of pondering face, questioning.
You feel something smack you across the face. What are you waiting for? Finish it! I'm gonna need you to make a will save again.
Okay. Ever so gently lower.
Slowly
And he
slipping.
slips. It slips away.
Alright, that's not good enough, unfortunately.
Damn.
Fuck.
So, this time, the request, or rather, the command, is too compelling to ignore. And whatever emotion was in your heart is gone now. Only obedience and the blade that's in your hands. You stab it forth over and over and over again. The screams don't affect you. You don't care. Neither does
They
the
never have.
splattering of blood over your face or the gurgling of choked breaths as life fades from the person before you. It means nothing. You see others around you. They cower in fear or start to flee. They don't get very far. They mean nothing. You feel nothing. A nothingness that only the surge of battle and bloodshed can fulfill. They were weak. You are not. But in the back of your mind, you hear that voice cackling, trying to drag you into a dark abyss of violence and slaughter. Do you fight it?
I don't know.
Alright. You're not resisting it?
I don't know.
Do or do not? That is the question.
Alright. Oliver, in your hesitation, you're dragged into the darkness. You hear the clashing of blades and the shouts of battle. And you feel and see numerous lives that you know were ended by your hand. Eventually, you see the lifeless bodies of your comrades strewn around you, lacerated and in various states of dismemberment. Among them, you also see the faces of your adopted family, the Amaris, the people who raised you and showed you love, kindness, and patience when you had nothing. And this is what you repaid that kindness. And
I guess I wake up.
yeah, well, not quite.
Not quite.
The
Okay.
bodies around you fade, and you're left alone in the darkness. But the words from before resonate throughout your mind. You did this. This is what you're capable of. What you were always meant to do. But is this really who you want to be? And then you wake up. And I think I will end session here.
Actually, I got a little line left.
Yeah, sure.
And so when he wakes up, tears will well in his eyes, and he'll just turn towards the bookcase and try and go back to sleep.
Alright. And on on that note, I will end session for today.
Neato.
There's
Emotion.
still so much stuff to do though.
I
You know,
forgot
that's
to-
what
We gotta wait
happens.
2 weeks to do it.
Yeah, I forgot to give you guys hero points throughout that session because there was so much going on. So
Time to go through major plot developments in
Yeah.
a short span of time.
I apologize. I got like majorly distracted throughout this session. So I'll correct that. You guys will start off with like
Well,
3. Yeah, I'll max you guys at like 3 hero points next session.
You're gonna max us
What
out,
about
alright?
me? Do I max out?
No, you're just getting the 3.
Aw.
Yeah.
Sure,
So
go
yeah,
for
I'll
Already?
rectify the hero point situation next session. But
You can always just give us how many hero points you think each of us should have after the fact.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I was struggling with a lot.
it's all good. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, that is this session. I dropped a lot of intense stuff on you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
What
everybody
a
got like an
fucking
insanely
session.
big character moment in one session. We moved over like 3 rooms that also had like past trauma come back to haunt us within like a step of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually,
actually, I think in the case of Q minus, this is half old trauma, half new trauma.
casually.
He is well accustomed to trauma. Let's put it that way. This is the norm.
He bathes in it.
I need to find chances to uncover everyone's trauma.
You merely adopted the trauma. I was born in it. Molded by it.
Alright.
I'll get my chance to do therapy sessions.
I mean, you can always
No.
just figure out by yourself, you know, just like after a battle, just pick up some loose pieces of skin.
He likes it
well,
fresh.
No, I already have plans. It's just that I need
mean-
appropriate moments.
If
He's
you
scared
want
to
the
get
trauma, by all means, take it.
So, what did you guys think of the genre shift?
Casual, very casual.
Very casual.
Casual shift. Yep,
You
definitely.
know, very from light to
Only
dark.
not survival horror.
God
Yeehaw Western to
damn.
Pride Month is over. It is time for Wrath Month.
Let's
Time for
go.
Wrath Month.
We're gonna die.
Time for despair.
Like, so,
Right.
yeah, honest opinions. What do you guys think?
Oh my god. Genuinely,
That's good setup.
I don't know if we should have 1 billion character moments in one session. I don't know.
This was a thick fucking session.
It's fine. I mean, I think we got through the majority of it from just getting our
Yeah.
new stuff.
But, like, I feel like that's like the kind of thing you should like spread out. Like, holy shit, there's so much to absorb now.
Yeah,
What?
no.
Like, what just happened?
There was a lot. I do feel like I should have probably spread it out, but there's more stuff coming.
Okay.
I promise. But it will be a little.
This map is huge. Of course, there'll be more.
Again, yeah, I am sorry.
We literally
Also,
went.
Crew is
3
having a
rooms.
fucking field day. This is like his entire environment, and I'm just Fighter-Mans. I don't know what to do.
Spider-Mans.
I don't have lore engineering. What do I do?
Well,
Oh god.
Wow.
yeah, Ash and Q Minos are
I mean,
probably
I am a
gonna
fighter.
get a little bit more as well. I think.
We're gonna talk to
I
Ghost.
kind of figured I wouldn't be doing much out of combat because I am Fighter-Mans, and we are in the facility in which there is no nature, and I only have nature proficiency. So
You
Spider-Mans.
wanna go fight some sentinels?
You go fight some constructs.
yeah,
Let's
go
find
fight
like
some
a pod
robots.
plant or some shit. I don't know what to do.
Yes, the hydrangea needs some water.
I can show you a plant. Then you can look at it, and then at your moment.
Slash me on She's Blade against potted plant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll try to remember in the future to kind of spread out the character moments, but I wanted to, because considering you guys had a boss fight last session, I wanted to break it up a little bit. This is like a lot of heavy shit to drop on.
And also, I don't know if this was just because we didn't get to too many rooms, but I feel like Crew had a lot more stuff to do than any of us, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I
there
was hoping there'd be more stuff to pry open because that's
there
about all I'm
was,
good at.
There was a
Or to
lot more
push.
stuff I had prepared, but none of you interacted with it.
I'll go
Well,
figure.
in one part, like something with that, I would want to like comment on it with as much like going on and like as much for like people to digest and like all the things that are being like revealed and brought up. It's hard to like then like okay, so now I poke at the thing on the ground.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's a
mean?
good point. Alright.
Yeah, he's just spread stuff out further and let us have our moments to do interactive things with.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I will make note of that and adjust accordingly. Because I am only literally preparing this stuff session.
The character moments were fun. I still think it's like literally batshit because like for it's like my character is the only normal character. Meanwhile, you are the only person who's been visited by fucking God. Like that
I mean,
is
that's not
so
part of my-
batshit insane to me. You are talking to like the progenitors of the universe.
Yeah, you got 3 gods, I got a tree, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a tree?
What are you doing? Why are these motherfuckers coming after you at level 2? You gotta wait until level 5 for that, at least. And good God.
Even use
Okay,
my
but have you
to it.
considered slash Fortnite dances?
What?
Oh, that's why they're interested. They saw the videos, bro.
Yo, all 3
Guys,
of your
honestly,
subscribers are fucking gods.
3
Exactly.
of those 17
Actually, oh, that's a good question. Do you think there's any gods in Misgard that have YouTube channels they upload to?
No, probably not.
Maybe not upload to, but do any of them have channels just to like lurk?
Do you think that there would eventually be a god of social media in a like modern fantasy setting?
I think there is one, isn't there? It's like a
Let
tech
me-
thing.
Let me check. I know the
Oh, yeah,
Fae would definitely be into
The Gods
that
Watch
sort of
viewport.
thing. There is some stuff that I can't really say, because then it would reveal a little too much. I was actually gonna answer them like, oh wait, no, they don't know this. I can't say anything.
Okay, wait, but do the gods have social media accounts? And are they active?
The gods themselves, no. Their
Okay, but then
their
does-
champions, on the other hand, probably do.
Awesome.
Because
Plan hand against death. Does
Bro.
the champion?
Who's the gym bro? Who's like the omega
Origin,
gym bro
and
of
the
God?
Yeah,
Clockwork
who's our
King?
gym bro?
So I think a gym bro would probably be like a champion of Valorant, who is I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Valorant is the war god and god of like valor. But in more recent years, he's kind of been like the patron god of sports. Like, hang on, let me dig up my
So less
my
war
god.
and more competition in general.
Yeah, less war and more competition. Let me pull up my my god file for a second here.
I can't wait to tweet at death and be like, "What the fuck, bro? Give me back my dog."
Don't pull up the past tweets from Valor, guys.
Kind of brutal.
War is good. War is good.
He's changed. He's reformed.
Openly supporting war.
And I think if any other god would have like active social media, or at least their followers would, or their champions would, it would probably be Bravo, who's the god of bards.
Oh my God.
Yo, I love Johnny Bravo.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
The God of
Yeah.
Bards definitely has an OnlyFans.
Oh,
Where is
Classic
that?
Bard horny joke. Please clap.
weird.
Clapping.
Woo!
Yo, that's
Everybody
gonna get at
loves
least
it.
like 3 interactions.
Yeah, so Valorant, yeah, his main domain is war. And mainly has become kind of, yeah, god of competition rather than battle. And like this is like any form of competition. So it doesn't matter if it's a stage, a courtroom, academia, like it's like it's competition, like the spirit of competition.
If we're throwing hands, he's there.
Yeah, if you're like throwing down with somebody, like he is the god of it.
He's the judge, bro. He's the official.
Yeah.
Good.
And
Imagine you just like square up behind a bar and a fucking god descends. Alright guys, remember, keep it above the belt.
yeah, the funny thing about Valorant too is some of his followers can be considered kind of obnoxious. because they take competitiveness a little too far.
Well, they're focused on that grind set.
Yeah. Like, come at me, bro. Let's see here.
Well, if you ever want to get visited by a god, we just gotta mess up severely. So,
I am like still so intrigued. What the fuck did you do to get 3 gods on your ass? Like, what?
We built a
Right, so
robot.
just-
Builder,
You say
standing in the middle
I
of the
want
Haven't
to
you watched
be.
the Lego movie? I'm trying to be a master builder.
Yeah, you say I want to be a builder, and then suddenly God appears to you in like fucking real time, and it says, "Okay, let's do this." It's
So,
crazy.
Alright.
You're insane.
I could explain this in session, but like this is something that I think like any of your characters would probably know, but more particularly anybody from a heavy technological nation or industrialized nation. So automatons are not very common in Mistgard at all. So androids, at least in like
The phone?
PFPV, yeah, they're more like Iron Fae, so like they exist. Like they're not really born; they just exist. Because
Like they're not built; they're just a thing.
they're not built. They're kind of born from like the ideas and the beliefs in the mortal world. Because the Fae lands are kind of a reflection of what exists in normal reality. And then what are they? I think puppets and whatever like the other artificial race is. And I call them like I refer to them as Tsumogami or knickknacks in Mistgard. They are created, but they're things that have been around long enough that they've developed their own. They've absorbed like ambient spirit energy and have kind of developed sentience or actually sapience. So they've existed a while, but true life is not given to them. It just kind of happens. So for automatons are created. They have to be created. But the people that are capable of doing so, they're very few and far between. And the only way, and like these people are called builders. The only way to become one is by impressing all 3 of the gods of artificial life, which would be Origin, Or, and the Clockwork King. Clockwork King is technically not a god, but considering he's the head honcho of the Iron Court, kind of makes sense. There's like little details I can't really explain because
Yeah.
they're a little more secret. But yeah.
Essentially, like when you build a robot, you're submitting an application, and if they accept your application, they follow you up for an interview.
Kind of. So there's a lot of stories that kind of propagate in like heavily tech involved nations, but especially in Stalberg and in Sheridan. Stalberg more so than Sheridan, where people kind of believe that if your work is impressive enough, you can gain the attention of the I guess I'll just refer to them as the artificial triad.
I see. So basically, what happened is that May was such a baller creation by Crew's hand that gods literally said, "Okay, let's give this guy a chance," and they did.
Hey, sick robot, let's go, bro.
So
Yeah. Okay. Damn.
it kind of is and isn't that. So not everybody who creates a robot can draw the attention of a god.
It has to be like a really good robot, though.
Well, no, like it's not just the creation. The person has to be like someone worth their time and attention.
So, like, the motivation behind why they built it too has to play a factor?
Yeah. And
Pure heart.
yeah, like the motivation and the drive for why a particular person wants to become a builder is a major factor, because the number of builders that exist are very, very few. There's like a handful that can make and create artificial life at any given time. Strangely enough, none of their identities are known. The only way that you can tell that there are any around is that you see more automatons pop up, and they all bear a mark of their builder. But the exact name of the builders, nobody really knows them, like who they are exactly. They go under a pseudonym for various reasons. But yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. So the exact reasons of how or why Crew attracted their attention, that's up in the air.
Okay. So, my game theory after this session. So, clear to me, Project Joker has to do with the suits in some way, somehow. They're either making a fucking biological cyborg Joker, and that's why there are flesh abominations on lower 4, because it went horribly. Or they're making just a full-on robot Joker, for either to replace one or to just artificial manufacture them because they're fucking crazy strong or some shit.
They're weird.
That's my game theory.
But that's just a theory.
Again, theory.
I mean, hey, Jokers are wild.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Let's see. Is there anything else that you guys want to that you're either curious about or want to comment on? Because I am open to it right now.
Like, just a random side comment. Honestly, it's probably because I'm playing through the game right now, but hearing the comment about the giant, like, glowing tree that, like, dissolves into, like, motes of light, I'm just like, Elden Ring.
Yep.
Elden Ring.
I have not actually played Elden Ring at all. I've not watched any streams about it.
There is a giant golden tree.
Oh, you're too addicted to Elden Ring.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm enjoying the game.
Yeah, I know
I know.
Cole has been playing it like nonstop for like the past
You've
week.
been playing it nonstop, though.
With
It's a good game.
Like with Spen,
a good game.
he was DMing a new campaign yesterday. I can fucking tell your Elden Ring influences right away.
What do you mean? All right, explain.
Is there a big tree?
Or is there's a big tree somewhere that's gold, but that's on like the other side of the planet.
So that's a yes.
Yeah, okay, but like, where was the explicit in like? Tell me, what was it, Fo? What gave it away?
Well, our campaign has to do. Well, it's titled Orat, and
Okay,
the whole thing
yep.
has to deal with like an incredibly virulent disease.
Right.
Yeah,
And what little I know
okay.
of Elden Ring, that's a major
Yeah.
thing in there.
Yes, there is like a big disease called the Scarlet Rot. That was a
Yeah.
big inspiration, yeah.
No, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but this one's worse.
Oh, sure. I'm sure it is.
But this one's so much cooler.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler. It's a lot
D&D
cooler. Just
D&D
yeah.
world.
Crimson Rot and not Scarlet Rot.
It's not red. It's not red.
But yeah,
It's bo-
I have not played Elden
It's
Ring. I've
green.
not really watched any streams about it. So the resemblance to that is purely accidental. I was actually kind of going with
No, that is not an accident. I 100% ripped it off.
No, yeah,
But I love it, so it's fun.
I believe that's talking about the tree thing.
yeah.
And like
Oh.
me bringing that up is me memeing around. I'm not
Yeah.
actually
Ah.
like being like you ripped it off. No, I'm just
Okay,
I'm
well,
fucking around.
I did rip it off for a record, and it was great, and it's great, and it's cool.
Then why were you like, what? No, I didn't put anything in Elden Ring into my
Because it's
game.
funny. It's funny to be defensive. It's a punchline. What would you know about humor? That's what I thought.
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. You're talking to somebody who's done this their entire life.
Oh,
but
shit,
yeah,
You've ripped off
like,
Elden Ring your entire life?
Be a joke.
like full disclosure and like all
What?
honesty, I have been ripping off stuff from like actual mythologies.
Oh,
I've been-
okay.
Well, that's just
I've
world
been-
building.
I've
That's
been
just
doing my
world building.
research and, like,
Taking-
ripping stuff off.
taking inspiration from something isn't ripping it off. Like, me memeing aside, I don't legitimately think like, you took inspiration from something that you enjoy or found cool in existence. How dare you?
Okay, but
Yeah.
it's funny if you refer to your own stuff as ripping off,
Yes.
because then it's ironic. See?
All tabletop settings are literally just, hey, look at all the stuff I'm interested in.
Yeah, no, that's right. Just like take all the stuff you like in the real world and you mash together until it makes sense, and bada boom, bada bing. And sometimes it doesn't even have to make sense. I mean, fucking Rogi, look it over there, just like, what the fuck is he doing?
It's just gotta look cool. That's it.
Yeah, it's just gotta look cool. It just has to look cool.
Yeah, for a lot of this is not really a secret, but like all the stuff that I'm gonna be tossing at through eventually, a lot of it's gonna be deeply rooted in Isaac Asimov, who does written a lot of sci-fi, and particularly about artificial intelligence.
Nice.
So
That's not boding well.
Robot.
Well, have you ever heard of a work called The Bicentennial Man?
No.
I've heard of it. I've never like looked into it or know any details about it, but I've heard the name before.
Good. Basically, it is the exploration of an android's journey into understanding and developing his own humanity over like the course of like 200 years. Yeah, so it's very interesting. But yeah, no, that's me and being a sci-fi nerd. I don't enjoy a lot of sci-fi, but the ones that I do, I really enjoy.
Yeah.
But speaking of Asimov, so I mentioned very briefly Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. That does not apply to anything in Discard, though. That doesn't exist. So there's like no safety in regards to AI.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's bad.
They've not developed that yet.
No bueno.
Yeah, mostly because for the most part it doesn't exist. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this now.
And it.
Yay!